We have a big engagement team Matthias against Viper though. Let's take a look. Demo hits could be pretty big. Let's go into the point of view of Matthias. That could be so big. The demos are there and boom!
Like these, man. I don't remember really.
As I said, this is easily one of the best games of the year for me. Are we at the point where Hart will not have the food, where he will not have the farms, he will not have the wood, he will not have the stables? $14,000 gold, baby! 14,000 gold, just buy all that wood.
Extra armored, extra HP demo ship, man.
7 Pierce armor. Can't touch this. Bringing over the fire galleys, and he's so close to the edge. He's going to try and load. Oh, the transport's dead.
The transport
4 villagers are dead. No, BB, what are you doing?
And Max is sitting at 12 military. Upgrading 12 military is not going to be enough for them to win this game.
Hello and welcome to the Escape Champions League! We have a crowd. I'm your host, ZeroEmpires, and joining me on the sofa, T90 Official. It is great to have you here. How are you feeling?
I'm excited. It's been a long time coming, a year of ECL. Let's go.
Oh yes, it's going to be one hecking good weekend. 3 days of action. Cannot wait. It has been a long time coming as well. We've had nearly a whole year of Age of Empires 2 games in the ECL League. It has been crazy. There's the T90 salutes on the screen as well. Where did they come from?
I didn't see it. Okay.
Yeah, it's been awesome. We've had a whole year of games. The 8 best teams in the world competing over 7 stages and hundreds of games. Now we have the top 3. Team Secret, Aftermath, and Suomi. They are here this weekend to really prove who is number 1.
Yeah, and speaking of hundreds, we don't quite have hundreds here. We will have 120 people here today, casters, players, and fans. Many of people that I've seen in the chat for years, and I'll see them for the first time. I'm excited.
Yeah, it's great to be able to put a face to the name. There's so many people here. I cannot wait to meet you all. They've all just arrived for the first day, and I hope they're as excited as we are, and we'll make some noise for their favorite teams as well. So let's have a look at the schedule for the weekend. Obviously, we've got 3 days of games. Day 1 and day 2, we're going to have a round robin between the 3 teams. They will play all of the formats over those days, and they will score points. The top 2 teams at the end of day 2 will go on to day 3, where there will be the final showdown and a best of 9.
Yeah, so we'll start off today with 3 1v1s. TaToH versus TheMax will be the first set, then Hera versus Velez, and MBL versus Viper will be the final 1v1.
Yeah, so 3 1v1s followed today by 3 2v2s, but we don't know who will play in the 2v2s because as you score 1 point for each 1v1 match, 2 points for each 2v2 match, and 3 points for each 3v3 match, the players will have to decide very carefully which teams to form for the 2v2s later in the day. But as you said, we do have, for Team AM, a little bit of a surprise. Hera and MBL taking the reins for the 1v1 matches. What do you think about that?
Well, 1 year ago, if you would have told me that Hera wouldn't be playing in the 1v1, I would have said you're crazy. But he's not playing in the 1v1, but arguably MBL and Hera are in better form.
Yeah, Leary sort of, I don't know, benched for the 1v1s. He has to come back, I assume, for the 2v2s. Yeah. During the 2v2 matches, of course, the players have to play only 1 match each. So if it was, for example, Leary and Hart in game number 1, then it would have to be MBL Hera, MBL Nikov in game number 2. So we've got a lot of different games coming up, a lot of exciting matches, and obviously a lot of surprises as well, hopefully, in store for us. If you guys would like to keep up to date at home with the scores, we have our Discord server where we'll be running a live scoreboard. If you have to step out for an hour and then come back and you maybe missed some games, join the Discord server. We'll be keeping it all up to date in the live scoreboard channel, and you can join us there. The link will be in the chat or in the description not the description of the video. We're not on YouTube, we're live.
We're used to that, aren't we?
Yeah, under the stream, I think I meant to say. We also have a hashtag Age of Empires. We're going to try and get this trending. It might be possible. We can bring that up on the screen and we can see if we have any tweets as well. We will show them during the stream. We got some tweets coming in already. I see Willis up there and a bunch of others. We will read those out. We will show some pictures. I think I see Smarthy and MBL on the top right there as well. But tweet at us. We'll bring up your tweets and stuff during the stream. But the first match of the day, TaToH versus TheMax, a best of 5 1v1 with commentary from Memb and BBQTurkman.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Escape Champions League. It has taken us a year to get here. We've assembled the 3 best teams from across the entire world. I'm here with Memb TV in the casting booth, and we could not be more excited.
Is it possible? Is it possible with these players, with these people here? Hello everyone, welcome to EscapeAoE. We're going to see now TaToH versus TheMax. And with these players starting, what a start tournament. Who's the favorite for you in this one?
I actually don't know between the favorites here. As far as Suomi go, we know they've got a little bit of an edge in team games, but TheMax, when it comes down to it in 1v1 versus TaToH, this is truly a game that I cannot predict going into it, and this might be our first big match of the entire tournament we don't have an answer for going into.
Yeah, we were talking before the start. It can be an upset here. It's possible to find out who is the favorite, and we are not responding about that. Remember, guys, that we're going to start soon with the draft. Okay, it's gonna be, you can see there, we're going to see here the maps, the civilizations and everything, so you are not gonna miss absolutely anything.
So we'll have the maps down in the bottom there, then to the left and right we'll also have the Civ draft as it happens. It'll appear on screen for everyone as well, making it extremely easy to follow across. We'll also announce the bans as well as they begin in chat.
Yeah, the first is gonna be the bans. The bans are not gonna appear in the screen, but everything else, you're not gonna miss anything from this tournament. It's gonna be awesome, Mr. Turk.
Oh, it's building up to this over the entire year, the fights we've seen between these teams and how close the statistics are. We actually had the statistics come out between every team and how close the matches have been, and it's literally just a couple of % dividing them. So this is truly anyone's game here.
Okay, let's see. I mean, we don't have the...
And the best news behind this as well is we have 3 glorious days of games here. As Zach and T90 did say early on, we will have the first 2 days being, of course, the round robin. 1v1s and 2v2s today, 3v3s tomorrow. Then after that as well, of course, we will have the proper finals going in with the 2 teams.
Yeah, they're talking about being quiet. They will fix it, don't worry. If it's a little bit quiet for people in the stream, they will fix.
And it looks like down the bottom, we have seen the maps starting to get picked.
Okay. We got Fatakama and Caribbean
as
already.
The first 2 picks, and it looks like TaToH's coming in with a ban as well. It looks like Serengeti is out of there.
Okay, so he's trying to remove maybe the land maps, you see, and TheMax is gonna go and get that Bog Island, probably.
Let's have a look. We're just waiting on the final results here.
Bog, yeah, he banned Bog. You know that we all know that TaToH is an amazing one.
That's it, you don't mess with TaToH on Bog.
Okay, you can see the players are already full focus.
Exactly, this means a lot. This is the opening to the tournament. Whoever's going to start off with an advantage here, get themselves a little bit of breathing room, is going to be just feeling a little bit nicer for the rest of the tournament that's going on, particularly today. And it looks like, there you go, map number 3 is in Dry River. So being a best of 5, these 3 maps will be seen at a minimum.
Okay, let's see now. Well, TaToH is trying to get as much as possible. Caribbean is one of his maps, so he's trying to get the water maps there going on.
It really does look like it. And then, of course, behind this as well, we will have the Civ draft very soon as well. Which, of course, is just adds so much strategic value to Age of Empires as well. But we've got players on screen there. If you haven't seen them before, this is them in the flesh.
We want to ask also to people in the street, people in the arena.
And Regicide Fortress.
Whoa.
All right, so it looks like we've got some pretty fast-paced games lending into something that I guess if we start to get towards that end of the best of 5 series, we'll give people a little bit of an option to slow down, focus on their builds, and really kind of play at their best.
Well, we want 5 games, that's for sure. But people in the chat, who is the favorite for this one?
Yes, let us see in the chat.
I want to see people talking there, speaking there. Go, go, go. Who is the favorite? Who is the favorite? TaToH Max. Come on, you have to spam there.
I'm saying again, TaToH Max.
Well, but now I see more the Doritos. You remember Doritos is for TaToH? Okay.
This is, again, we said in the booth here, this is going to be so close to call. But let's have a look. Look that the first ban has gone down. Suomi, TheMax choosing Indians.
Indians banned?
With Dry River in the match pool. Yeah. Obviously could be a smart decision from him there. TaToH waiting on his pick now.
Hans ban. And now he picked Japanese. Well, Japanese, we have seen this choice so many latest tournaments. Is super solid civilization for basically every map.
Absolutely. They're just so easy to get in, play however you need to behind it. And it looks like the picks we've got down from TheMax, we have Mines and Aztecs. Whoa. Of course, can be great for him, Regicide Fortress and Arena. Then, of course, TaToH going in with Japanese as well.
Let's see now this one. I think you're right, Aztecs in Arena, but the problem here is maybe you need to secure and get some civilizations to secure the first games, because probably if you are thinking in Regicide Fortress or Arena, maybe you don't get there.
Well, that's it, right? At the end of the day, it's how much do you want to risk to have that, not a perfect civ, but a very damn good one for those end games. But like you said, that's the big thing we have to look at here. It's a best of 5, you've still got to get there.
It's complicated, and you can see those civilizations. Malay, so versatile one you can use in any map actually, because Malay in Arena can be very dangerous, but you can choose pretty much in every map, right?
Absolutely. We just had TaToH come in with the Malay and ban on the Indians there as well. So we're just waiting on TheMax, and he decides to go for Vikings.
Well, the Vikings, we all know the Vikings. Vikings are Vikings, right?
Well, that's it, exactly. They're just strong in every kind of aspect that you need them for. Can be played on pretty much every style of map and makes life nice and easy.
It's amazing. Let's see what it's going to be now. Let's make some prediction maybe there with the civilizations.
Right.
With these maps, I don't know. I'm trying to think about that. Japanese, Malay, Aztecs, Mayans, Vikings, Meso Civs there. Maybe the Mongols can be very dangerous for Atacama. Byzantines is TaToH starting already with his mind games. And look at the face from TheMax. He's like thinking, oh, what is he doing now?
Well, just look how deep in concentration both they are, because people say a lot of the game can be decided in the draft series here.
Yeah.
If you get 1 or 2 bad civilizations outmatched, and then even because, of course, going into the next step, they said going down with Incas as well, good pick.
Incas can be a so dangerous civilization. Also for Atacama, if you go with the crazy Tower Ras, Plasmid, Villiers with the +1, huh? Early
Absolutely.
Game, pillar fight. Well, how we cast this kind of game?
With a lot of yelling. And we've got the live studio audience here as well, so they'll be happy to back us up, I'm sure. And there we go. Celts, of course, making the map
a solid
as well.
choice, right? You can also use in many of the maps this one. They're looking forward for the last one. We can make a whole picture better, right?
Exactly. Once we know the entire draft, we can kind of break it down a little bit quicker. But I'm just excited to see who picks against what. But Britain's making an appearance as well.
Okay. Well, now I'm thinking that maybe he's going to pick Britons for the last game, and then he's going to use Aztecs in early game.
I think...
Probably
look,
for Atacama.
Well, that's it. If he wants to take some of the pressure off, get an early kind of little bit of an advantage, and Gods make the pool as well.
Whoa. Well, Gods, his clear counter here for the Mayans in Arena.
Absolutely.
Right? Then if we try to check and make some predictions in the first game, it could be Celts or Aztecs because of the really, really strong drash.
Absolutely. We've seen a lot of Gods actually get played in Regicide Fortress as well recently, which has been very interesting.
Caribbean, I vote for Japanese versus the Vikings.
I think that's pretty much going to be guaranteed.
And then, well, it depends. Yeah, now it's a little bit Britons for Dry River. Maybe. Yeah, let's see. But the game is about to start.
All right, guys, we'll be going into game number 1 very, very shortly here. And Atacama coming up.
Atacama, the first game. Let's see if he's going to start very soon. Hopefully now the sound is better for people in the stream. We were afraid from being screaming, but now they don't listen to me, man. What is this, huh? No problem. Everything is going to be fixed. We are starting to use the first game. If there's going to be any single small problem, it will be fixed for sure. And the sound is perfect. People say in the chat.
Looks like the chat's looking very good. We do have a live feed to the chat here as well. So make sure to make some noise in the chat. Make some noise out here because we are going into game number 1 of the Escape Champions League Finals.
There you go, guys, and the map is Atacama, and we got, like we were talking, when we were talking about that, and the Aztecs, we didn't fail that, Mr. Turk. Aztecs for who? For TheMax, TaToH with Incas. I'm going to check TaToH. He's in the north as a blue, and in this map, look how are all those resources. What about TheMax, Mr. Turk?
Absolutely. So TheMax down to the south of the map, or I should say, I guess, the west more likely, in the red playing as the Aztecs. And looking at the resources around, both players, look, it looks pretty decent. We've got golds there for both players. All of the woods kind of centered towards this location here, down towards the south or the southeast. And from there, it's going to be nice and aggressive and brutal. And like you were saying, seeing Aztecs this early could give them a good, nice advantage.
Well, this is a pretty crazy map. We have seen many battles in this one, and I think we are going to see really early aggression. Dras from the Aztecs and Incas probably with the tower Ras and villagers.
Oh, look, that would be, as a game number 1, the messier it is, the more excited I'm going to be here. This is what I want. I want a messy series. I want it to be tight. I want no one to be able to pick the winner until we get to game number 5.
Yeah, about strategies and trying to make some guessing. Remember that the main wood is just in the middle of the map. So if he's going and trying to control with the towers, that's going to be a big problem because look at all the old small trees. Yes, all over the map. But what? A lumber camp in this spot? I mean, you need the middle, right?
Well, that's it. Committing the 100 wood to each lumber camp as you start to move across makes things very, very difficult. If TaToH can begin to control the map nice and quickly, utilizing some tower play, really kind of push the Max away from any kind of resources that he can get to. Good news, I guess, for the Max, he does have that golden stone kind of towards the back of his town center. Obviously not exactly an easy map to wall on, but still, at least they can't be taken out too quickly.
Well, that's it. I mean, it depends on the strategy. I wasn't paying real attention to the location of the resources because, like you said, I think the strategy matters the most. There's a lot of resources all over the map, but if you go really aggro and you don't have wood, it really doesn't matter the goal position here. Of course, it's better to have like the Max at the back because look at this main goal for TaToH. It's almost as close as for the Max.
That's it. A strong aggressive play from the Max. And if he pushes into kind of that line you're looking at there with the gold, the stone, he can push him off a lot of key resources. And then looking how close the wood line of the major set of the map here is to that gold, if he gets control of that, chances are he can push TaToH away from the wood line as well.
Okay, let's check their point of view, how they are exploring right now. They have pushed a couple of deers, TaToH. He's now trying to explore and trying to find the Max. Going to switch now to the Max point of view. You can see the fog of war here. So they basically have explored exactly the same and didn't find each other yet.
It looks like the Max is playing this nice and safe as well, actually keeping his Eagle Warrior near the boar, and he's going to be able to just bump that one out of the way a little bit there. Of course, we'll have the bonus there that if TaToH does want to come across and try and lame that, can slow that one down, but look at this ball lure. It is absolutely perfect for the distance.
Amazing.
No!
He's going back. He's going back a little bit, but he has been using... you can see that one is small. Man, the board!
No!
The board, the Max, you need to bring the board. Damn it. He's not going back yet, but he's going to be fine. Well, all the small details, right, Turk, can matters a lot, even more with this aggressive civilization.
Exactly. He's kept his head. He's still got it back to the town center without taking any damage on the villager there. So really well played by him and showing his adaptability in these troubling areas.
Okay, we have seen how TaToH is now pushing the last deer and about to go up. Not really. It's an 18 population yet, so I believe that they will go 21, 22. What I'm surprised, I don't see yet the Max for the barrack. No, he didn't make the barrack. Look at that lumber. Can you see what we were talking? It's ridiculous. You get the wood.
That's it. It's so much commitment for such a little wood source there. And if we actually have a look towards the other side of the map, TaToH's actually gone directly for the main woods there as well. So I've already seen a little bit of difference in playstyle here.
Well, it's actually also because it seems to be closer, the main wood. So it's worth it to go directly there because in the other side, the Max, well, it's almost the same distance. I don't know why he didn't go directly for that one, right?
I'm not sure, but we've got a barracks getting thrown up from the Max here as well. So looking like he does want to get nice and aggressive, but look at the feudal time from TaToH already on the way.
Well, I'm really wondering what we're going to see, but I really think that he's going to go with the Blasmith right away and towers, and probably going for the upgrades for the villagers.
This is good. This is really good. I think this is going to be a messy game, and I think it's going to have a lot to it, which is what I'm after here.
Well, actually, being that fast, he doesn't have the barrack. I don't see any other possibility. I think the Blasmith will happen. Remember, for people that is in the chat, that the Blasmith upgrade affect to the villagers. So, we're going to see some action right away. And people, I want to listen to people. Even if we cannot cast properly, the crowd here need to go full aggressive when they are going to be aggressive, okay?
All right, and looking at this, TaToH's already taken the precautions. He's walled his lumber camp in as well. He knows it's a good idea that something could be happening here, and the Max now moving out to the main lumber as well, just sending 2 villagers over there.
The militias are, he done already 2. The time up is pretty okay, but 1 minute in these kind of situations can be a lot. Let's see what TaToH, he's coming forward, expected, really expected. Well, coming forward here is almost nothing, because look how close they are. You can see the barrack, the TC are in the same screen. He's there doing now the Blasmith. Oh, well.
I think you predicted exactly what was going to happen here. We're going to have those Incan villagers really showing how bulky they are. Blacksmith already down, and scale mail armor from the beginning.
Let's put the fog of war. I want to see what DemEyes can see right now. We don't see anything, but remember that we can spy TaToH. What is he doing? Look at those buildings. He's coming forward, and the good thing for DemEyes is that he didn't find yet that wood, and we're gonna see if that's the case. Oh man! But now villager fight. The first villager is going to be bye-bye. I don't think so. He's going back. 5 militias and Turk. This can be a quick game. What do you think? Let's
Absolutely.
see.
Look at this militia moving in here, ready to take the brunt of this. But at the same time, the Max, he has to find a way to get to this lumber camp over on the side here. If he gets cut off, if the towers come up, it's going to be a huge issue for him.
Okay, we are checking then. You see, he can see the struggle. Look at the buildings, architecture incoming. There you go. There you go. The houses there, and he's going away, but he's doing a tower. He's mining a stone. TaToH, yes, but DemEyes will need to mine a stone probably. The men-at-arms are going to be there, and now it's going to be more complicated for TaToH.
Absolutely. He's just got to be careful here. He doesn't get stuck up against the man-at-arms. Obviously, having the extra armor on those villages is going to help, but the amount of idle time he's getting here that he's pulling from the Max as well, both players need to be very careful their resources don't plummet too far.
There you go. First unit lost for TaToH. Now 1-1. You can see, guys, in the bottom right corner, all the units, what they are getting. He's doing the tower. He's going to take the wood. This battle, who's going to take that one?
Now great snipe by the Max there with the Eagle Warriors across the gold. But the tower is up for TaToH. The tower is up for the Max.
Both with the counter towers keep killing. They need to go back and look at their radio kill that. Very, very close. But those resources, seems that TaToH is getting a little bit better economy. It seems so. He got already farmers. But now the problem is the impact for that upgrade in the village is going to work out now for TaToH. You need to make damage early game.
Absolutely. These men-at-arms are taking a bit of damage here from the town center that they really don't want. Could have been worse looking at that, but here comes the gate up around the town center. This play from TaToH here, he has been so quick, getting all the extra damage in there he can.
That's Piper influence, man. That's Piper influence. He might be really close here, but he's definitely not playing his TaToH. And there you go. What is this now? Let's go. Population, 5 population ahead. He's still with the military abilities. He's 2 behind. DemEyes is in a good position, but the map control in this one is so crucial. So don't check so much the population, because the map matters a lot. Now you can see how DemEyes is sending a lot of villages just to deny it. Exactly that. Otherwise, won't have wood.
Absolutely. Just looking here, the Max is cleaning up the tower from TaToH now as well, so the wood will remain relatively clean. That said, we've got a second tower getting popped up here from TaToH, and it looks like we're seeing just some palisades get dropped down around here as well. Potentially might snag an extra villager here as well, so the Max just playing absolutely beautiful. There is nothing here that he's letting go to waste. He had the snipe over near the gold mine. He's got the Eagle Warrior on top of the villager here as well, which should hopefully take it out before it gets to the tower. Hopefully.
Yeah, but look at this. Another tower. The Max is playing good, but really, the Max will go and try to mine some stone. Otherwise, that will put towers all over the place. And how do you fight that in long term? It's going to be really complicated. Oh, he's going to eat the TC? No, he didn't notice also TaToH. Multitasking here, it's really, really needed. But look at TaToH taking all the wood. It's true that there's a lot of struggles here, but it depends. Now in Castle H, if they get Castle H, what can do against this amount of towers?
Exactly, and that's what I'm worrying about here. TheMax is putting himself in a good position, but TaToH, like you were saying, on a map like this, map control is so important, and TaToH is just beginning to constrict the match slowly but surely.
TheMax is doing now Eagles, so he's adding army. He needs to add army. He can't go only with Villies against him, because the Villies advantage is for TaToH.
This is looking messy, and this is what we wanted for game number 1. The Eagle Warrior is getting added in here, so we can get those extra snipes on villagers to try and get out of there. But of course, like we said, the Incan villagers having that plus armor bonus from the blacksmith, absolutely beautiful, and TaToH has been abusing that perfectly.
Remember what I'm telling you, Mr. Turk. After these kind of games, do you think we're going to see Atacama pretty often in the 1v1? I vote for a favorite to be banned. Honestly. It's really difficult. Even more if you let your opponent get this civilization. Incas is so strong in this one. Of course you can counter, but it's really difficult. Look at this. A lot of towers going on and taking the wood, taking everything. Every time TaToH is taking absolutely everything.
That's it. TaToH is just finding so many little points in the map here, really constricting down. And look at that. TheMax is forced to run from the lumber camp again, making things so hard for him to deal with. Does decide to put up an aggressive tower just right next to TaToH's lumber camp, however. But TaToH, he's secured so much of this map with his own towers now.
Well, he's getting absolutely everything, like I said already. And you can see there is a lot of either villies for both players, but TaToH has been with 5 either villies from the start.
Oh, there we go. TheMax was looking for an engagement up towards the top there against TaToH's lumber camp. However, the villagers, they're just too strong for the low HP man-at-arms.
Yeah, he's still in the north also with so many times. TheMax, I don't know, I think this is the key. I was trying to find the archer range. Archers here can be deadly. Really, really, really dramatic situation for TaToH. The score difference is growing and growing. Now TheMax with fletching. Imagine if he find this. He can see TheMax. No! That's a problem. You know, sometimes the lack in the exploration is there. And, no, man. Ay. Okay. Going with the men at arms.
I love the blocks so much, something that the Finland team is well known for. They're all about efficiency. They don't need no little graphics to know what's going on. They just need to know the color of the blocks and they're happy.
Look at that tower. Now he's defending. Finally, he's mining a stone. Going to the north. I need to see the archers. Where's the archers? Oh, now he's countering also with the towers. Man, I don't know where to look. The archers are also trying to catch up those villages. Population is still much better for TheMax. The resources seems to be similar, not close to go up to Castle Age. Probably soon we'll see some market, but TaToH is also now doing towers here. So the game that we were thinking that was going to be fast is getting closer and closer to be a long game in this map. That would be something non-expected.
Absolutely, and I'm just looking here around TaToH's base. The Eagle Warriors are out on the prowl. Like you were saying, the Archers are out now as well, so that'll deny a lot of the villager aggression. So the question is, what is TaToH going to transition into here? His tower strategy's done well to kind of delay TheMax, but TheMax has just fought through it at every opportunity he has here. He's just managed to step up time and time again.
The problem here, Turk, is the longer the game goes, in my opinion, Aztec get more and more advantage. Because overall, they are a better civilization. A lot of people consider them like tier 3 civilization.
Absolutely, and it looks like we've got TaToH here. We have the tower aggression coming in from TheMax now. A little bit of a taste of your own medicine, and of course TaToH pulling all the villagers, powering that one up. But look at the army here. We've got the archers, we've got the eagles. Villager down already.
Look at the amount of farming. Look at that amount of farming. This is so important, and TaToH knows he need to cover all those farmers. He put the tower, and he make him go back. But I insist, he need to find this. Imagine if he denied TaToH to mine the stone. What he can do.
It's been such a back and forth matchup here. It's really coming down to who's got control of the lumber on this map. And as we can see by both players, they're both being forced to drop down lumber camps on these little small bushels of trees. We've got one towards the east side of the map there with TaToH on it. And then just looking down to everywhere. TheMax's economy is absolutely everywhere.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Well, he just need to find... Oh, he's going there. Outpost, you see TheMax going from behind. He's going to make this outpost there. And then it's getting closer and closer to find other... Well, it's still far, but he need to find it. No, that tower, he should deny that one. I don't know what he's doing. He's going with the eagles and the resources. TheMax economy really balanced. 1,000 gold, but now he did the market and boy, the resources. And he's going to go up to Castle Age, Mr. Turk.
Now, this is where TheMax is truly shining. Despite all of this aggression that TaToH has put on, he's still managed to pull himself up. We've got TaToH popped at 45 pop there for a little bit. 55 population there from TheMax. Ready to go up to the next stage as soon as he wants to. And there's the click.
He's on the way to Castle. He finding the stone, and now with disadvantage, going with the crossbows, maybe Eagle Warrior. He's getting definitely a good lead here. You can see how TaToH Even if the economy is getting closer to go Castle Edge,
no.
it's not there, and it's still so messy. And look at that economy now.
I'm just looking at how well TheMax has dealt with this. He's managed to move the constriction away from himself, and now he's got these Eagle Warriors, his archers, he's pushing TaToH away from Stone. He's just going to be able to continue pushing him back to that home base, and eventually he's just going to be bled dry of resource.
So complicated situation, Turk. So complicated, guys. I honestly think that this is getting closer and closer to be the first one from TheMax. Because when he reached Castle Edge, how you gonna counter that army? TaToH got 0 army during all the game because he was suspecting that, oh my god, look at that lumber camp. He has no wood now, TaToH. It's incredible how Max managed this situation. Absolutely amazing.
He's been just pushing him back the entire matchup onto these little, like I said, little groups of wood, and there's nothing he can really kind of do to deal with that. I guess the main point is here, TaToH's kind of got a little bit of the main wood down towards the south, near the Max's base, but in reality, these just dry up so quickly that you need to place a new lumber camp, and just becomes so not worth it. But TheMax throwing down a barracks over towards the east side of the map there, just on the other side of TaToH's base as well.
Okay, let's see, because TaToH is clicking up now, but you know, 2 minutes in Age of Empires, beginning Castle Edge in this kind of map, so open, gonna be so complicated. The amount of gold here, he's well protected. Well, if he's not protected here, is Age of Towers, 1, 2, 3, 4, close to the TC. Well, 4. I can't count anymore. It's impossible. There you go.
There we go. Castle Edge for TheMax. He's dropped down his second barracks. He's still continuing to train Eagle Warriors at his main barracks back home. Eagle Warrior upgrade on the way as well. So it looks like we might be seeing a rush under some of these towers, trying to deny any resources they can, and again, push any of those villages away.
The thing is, you need to make the damage now because you got the advantage. But even if he reaches Castle Edge, what TaToH can do to go... Oh, he's losing absolutely everything.
This is
Wake
a bad...
up, TheMax! TheMax! Well, thanks God, he cannot listen to me, but TheMax, what is this? All the units are right now where? In the hell.
I've just seen this little army. I've been watching it. We've got 1 Eagle Warrior left with 2 HP. Not what you want kind of going into Castle Edge like this where you can push your advantage.
Well, he's taking that tower. There's 4 or 5 villages. Man, the advantage is getting bigger and bigger. And imagine if he didn't lose that army. Eagles all over. A lot of barracks here behind the TC from TheMax. Now remember, guys, that the Aztecs got the production from the Eagles, but 1, 2, and 3. The problem is, has TaToH enough economy to produce a lot of them and counter TheMax right now?
Really interesting to see both players go for such a common strategy here as well. I guess there's not too much you can do playing these civilizations. But at the same time, to where we've ended up in the game and see the timing relatively about the same, very interesting from both players here. Of course, TheMax has these barracks just scattered around the map, ready to go wherever he can. However, TaToH looks like he's just ready for a full front-on engagement. Chainmail armor on the way, Eagle Warrior on the way. I'm worried that TheMax just might get absolutely flooded here, but the good news for him is Town Center comes up on the gold, so at least he's got a way to defend himself.
Yeah, he's completely fine. He has now 2 TCs and 3 army only for TaToH. 3 army, 15 from TheMax. I'm trying to show everything because you can see the flashing in the minimap all over. He's taking with the villages. Remember also that now it's going to be even harder to raid because look at those upgrades. +4 for the villages. So it's not going to be easy to raid now for TheMax.
Absolutely, and if we check out TheMax's base, we've got the Eagle Warriors there from TaToH already running around trying to disrupt as much as possible. The good news is we've got the towers, we've got the town centers there, so TheMax is relatively solidified in terms of his base here, but as soon as the numbers start to go, like you said, it's the upgrades we're really looking at here.
Okay, the Eagles are not doing any damage either because he got the TCs, he got also towers, and checking in the other side, he's forcing TaToH to move absolutely everything. It's still not a single wood safe for TaToH, even if the population... Now, the population is increasing more and more. Now he's fighting villages. Well, this can be the game if he's fighting those eagles. Of course, those villages are strong, but no, and the Crobos are going to support those.
There's 2
he
down.
Can take everything. Is going to be over or not? TaToH is not giving up. He's a fighter. He's a total warrior, and... need to go back. There you go, going back.
Just look at this wasteland right at the top of TaToH's base now. We've got lumber camps everywhere, mining camps, no villages to be seen, however.
Oh, that's a good TC. Look at in the south. That's a good TC for TaToH.
That's perfect.
Yeah, the score is very close, which I think is a bigger difference. Sometimes the score is tricky. It's also true that TaToH is that close because look at that rate to kill that. With all going on, he's a still positive rate to kill that. He got more kill than TheMax.
Looking in down towards the populations, we still have Max with a little bit of an advantage there, 73 to 59.
Yeah, and 10 villages different. You know, keep getting more and more economy advantage. You can see Eagles. The thing is that with the Aztecs, if he get a third one, but still, Inca's also dangerous. A bad move here can change the game.
TaToH is still just raiding as best he can. TheMax actually pulling a lot of his army back towards base here as well. He's realized he's pulled TaToH off most of the resources there, and pretty much everything he has is just under constant tower surveillance looking at his base. So there's not really too much he can do there under pressure. So he's going to come back, clean up the aggression in his base, then begin to make a new plan.
The thing here is that TheMax got all his army in one spot. It seems that TaToH is all over now, because if you check the numbers, same amount of army for both. And now TaToH is recovering a little bit, taking down few villages. 1, 2, 3, 4 villages. 4 villages for TheMax. He's getting closer. Look at the villages different. Look at the population different. He's not there anymore. And TheMax, gee, need to be careful. TaToH is coming back. He's coming back in the game.
A very quick catch up there from TaToH. You're absolutely right. 79 to 73 population now. It's just going to come down onto who can hold on to this, who can find all the little advantages wherever they can. Pick a villager here, find an army that's a little bit smaller, that's out on patrol, knock them out and start really carving it into a big difference.
Okay, I really think this town center is crucial. He needs the multitasking is real. You can see how instantly he gathered those villages on the TC, and the Eagles now moving up away. All right, and raiding, but he cannot raid anymore. Look at that population. The game is stabilized a little bit, and we are going to go to Imperial in this game.
I would not have believed that if you said it early on, but the way the players have laid their bases out, the way the combat's gone here.
Look at that TC. He got what he's doing, and gonna get all those villages. Go on, Mr. Turk.
Again, just pulling this back. Like we were saying earlier, there was such a population difference, but this is pretty much going to even it up. There's no way these villages are going to be able to outrun those Eagle Warriors, and we know what that spells, and that's a very even game from here.
Doing the wheelbarrow. Oh, Nikov influence. Wheelbarrow here. Hello, Nikov. And look at those. Wheelbarrow now for TheMax. There you go. He's doing the town center. Yeah, but TheMax 2 villages ahead. Same population. How this can happen in this one? Because this map is absolutely crazy.
Exactly. The players have been playing this so spot on. The responses to every form of aggression has been great. The town center denied there, like you were saying there. A massive win for TaToH. Actually pulling him ahead in terms of score. Only a little bit behind in terms of population now as well.
Well, I actually think that he needs to keep pushing TaToH, because that third town center can give a now advantage again. Oh, he's going for the siege war sub. TaToH is not thinking on the economy. He's thinking to push completely. Here is actually true. If he can get all those TCs, imagine he's going to be raided completely here. And then no economy for TheMax. TaToH is leading now the game.
Very much so there, very much. Basically, we're just seeing these little groups of Eagle Warriors from TaToH running around, finding any kind of expansion they can, do the damage, and really just try and grip onto any straw he's got here. Any advantage you can pull in is more than he's had this entire game.
Okay, TheMax is doing now the +2 attack. 2 town centers here. I'm looking forward for what is he going to do with that siege war sub. Eagles going all over the map. Let's put the point of view for what they can see. Look, well, imagine guys, this is TaToH point of view, and just look, flashing all over the map, towers all over the map, moving villages. 27 idle villages right now for TheMax. 27 idle villages because TaToH is incredible. He was behind or was looking to be behind, but seems that he's coming back from the hell and gonna take the game. What is this? Now the population is actually even and military even as well, but still 22 idle villages for TheMax.
The raiding from TaToH, the way he's been everywhere at once this game has really been showing how strong he is as a player. If there's an advantage, if there's a villager on its own, he's been taking it every single chance and just pulling himself further and further ahead. Will TheMax have an answer to this now that his resources around his TC are basically bled dry? He's being forced out of his little safe zone here around his town centers. He has nowhere near the amount of towers up that TaToH does to defend his base as well.
The problem now is that both are trying to raid each other, and then how you can stabilize your economy. Look at this. You got the mango. I will send some village to repair that one. And if he's pushing those town centers, this definitely can be the game for TaToH. He's coming now with the mango now. He's pushing with those eagles. Those eagles are so damn strong. Also with the mango, he's gonna push the TC. He's incredible. He's only on 2 TCs, Mr. Turk. But doesn't matter in this one. He's full open. You cannot walk here. And the towers are not defending anymore.
Absolutely. TheMax needs to find a way to deal with this. The Mangonel is going to make an engagement here. TheMax can't sit back and just let this slowly take down his town center. So we really need to see some kind of play as TheMax starts to pull in. But we've got another engagement there towards the west side of the map there. Looks like a couple of free Eagle Warriors there. Never going to be a bad thing considering he's about to have to come in and deal with this pressure against his town center. Yeah,
well, it's incredible because TaToH is still with 2 TCs. Now he's the 4th town center. He's going to catch up those villages again and again and again. He keep pushing. Now the village number is still TheMax ahead. It's just crazy how this can happen here. And in the north, oh, again, but he's walling. and the crowd was defending. He's gonna take it. No, he couldn't wall, and the eagle is inside. He can take those. There's a lot of farming on the left. In the south, a lot of eagles for TaToH. Both are fighting in 2-3 spots at the same time, forcing them to be a lot of fighting. But those eagles in the south for TaToH can be the game. I have said that many times. People are gonna say, shut up, man, too repetitive, because he's coming back all the time.
The thing here I'm seeing is the Max's army is just so scattered, whereas TaToH's got this united force here that's pushing in on top of the Max. The Max really doesn't seem too worried about this town center at the moment. He's actually just continuing to expand further and further across the map, really get his influence down on whatever resources he can find a way to just stay alive, stay in the game, and have some kind of income.
But the good thing is that from a long time ago, TaToH is not getting ready at home. You can see, well, there is one eagle, but other than that, he's the one who is idle all the time, the Max. And TaToH is pushing. I don't know why he's not doing more mangonels. Yeah, he's doing now another mangonel to try to kill the TC. And if he's taking those two, then what?
I'm just looking at this big army from TaToH. Every chance he gets, he's surrounding a group of villages. You'll see it down there towards the market. He just surrounds a group of villages on a clump of trees. The Max can't get them out of there, and he's using that to really push his advantage. The population now 94 to 110. TaToH really starting to pull this advantage.
Look at the amount of eagles. Look at the amount of army now. TaToH 38, 25 Turk. I think there's no return here for the Max. What do you think? Do you think this? How to counter this? He's doing now a standard infantry. Long swords. He don't know what to do anymore. Two mangle. Let's hit some bada boom here. He's gonna make it. Look at that shot. Open formation. Good micro here for the Max. But he's gonna be an oath.
I'm just looking at the layout here, and look, the Max still has resources. He's got a lot of safe zones around his town centers. The thing I'm looking at is the Eagle Warriors are starting to get into such bulk. 3+2 armor on those. They can begin to start sitting under those town centers. They can just go for damage, get out of there when they're ready, and as soon as there's no real point carrying on, move to the next one, and just again, start pulling that population count just lower and lower for the Max. But I definitely don't think it's over for him just yet.
Well, this is still only 13, 14 population. Finally, he's raiding again. Look at in the wood, he's taking some villages. It's getting harder and harder because those villages are really strong. +4. Remember, you can see there in TaToH at the bottom. And those eagles are still taking the TC. One TC gonna be down. They're gonna take the other. Stabilize there. But now is TaToH the one with the other villages. What is this? How he's still there with 10 villages more? Yeah, 4 town center, but he's been now three. Now 3.
3 town centers, and that's the problem with his army down here that TaToH's got. The Max has not found a way to deal with it yet. Like he said, he's slowly transitioning to long swordsman, but before he can engage this force, these mangonels are just going to continue pushing against town centers and just taking away all those safe zones that the Max has worked so hard to create here.
He's also adding his slingers now. 2 archer ranges, adding his slingers. 54 army! 54 army for TaToH, really! In this one, I really think this is a great decision for TaToH. Only 2 tones. It is like when you go in a standard mat with a 1 TC push, but here, look at the amount of farming he got. 2 mangonels, 38, over 30 eagles plus slingers, taking the TC. Now he's coming with the castle. Is the only way maybe to stop that, but still.
At least the castle will begin to, it'll begin to protect a lot of the economy he's got behind this. It'll protect a lot of his military buildings as well. So getting that up there, definitely a good decision in terms of just staying in the game and hopefully being able to pull back any little advantage you can find. But like we were saying, TaToH's just cleaning up his side of the map super easily here now as well. The Max just does not have the military force to just get a full engagement here.
But check now the minimap, guys. The minimap say that TaToH is getting more and more map control in the middle, in the south, now on the left. He's coming out with the 3 mangols. He's gonna get a nice surprise here. Let's go to TaToH point of view. 3 mangols, a lot of figures. He's gonna find the castle probably, and let's see how he's going to react. Will Baron now for TaToH, okay. 137 population, 138. The castle is there. He need to go back or gonna lose those mangols, but he's going back instantly anyway. He's gonna lose 1 mangonel down. Got it. He's going away, but still, that castle is protecting this area, but he can go all over and take everything.
Absolutely. He's buying that time that he so desperately needs, getting a couple of defensive mangonels out here himself as well. So he just needs to hold the advantage of this army from TaToH, and he can hold that one back. He's going to buy himself that time. He may need to be able to pull this one back.
Okay, let's see if he's going to be able to do something. Well, he's doing a tower, but the tower against this. 2 mangols. This is so crucial. This is so crucial. The mangonel is shot. Be careful there. 2 mangols. Eagle, Slinger is going back. Yes. Okay.
I am loving the addition of Slingers here from TaToH as well. He's seen the long swordsman transition. He's going, how can I begin to deal with this as well? TaToH is just starting to get 1 step ahead here.
Now they seems to get a little break. He's going away because he knows that this is a really important moment in the game. There's a lot of farming. War tower for DemEyes. Where's DemEyes taking the wood? Well, in all those struggles, right? Look at the wood for DemEyes. Damn it.
And we've got another town center for DemEyes coming up towards the north of the map there as well. Going to get 2 golds under protection there, a couple of sets of trees as well, which is exactly what he needs. The army is coming in to just make sure this gets held as well, because TaToH is about to scout it.
Okay. Well, it's incredible that with that ratio kill death, he is still that close in the game. He's definitely not giving up. Look at those resources. Botkin arrow for TaToH, another TC. Keep doing towers. What an annoying map to play, sir. I mean, so complicated to focus at every spot right here, right, Turk?
Exactly, and the thing that I'm starting to worry here is happening, that's the fact that Max has managed to take over most of the map and drop town centers on pretty much every resource left on the map here. We've got 1 goal a little bit further north of his main town center there, but that's pretty much about it. I'm just worried that TaToH is not going to have the resources to hold on if this goes into an incredibly long game. Populations are starting to even up as well. We've got 135 to 139 in play here as well. We've got Mangonels out from the Max. He's starting to clean up those towers around TaToH's base.
Yeah, but now he's coming with another 2 mangoes trying to counter. Let's see if he's gonna see it. You need to focus and see. Micro, there you go, 1 down. He's gonna take it, he's repairing, he's gonna go for the other. Got it, no! And he's gonna go now, took it, no, he's saving, moving that. Ooh, he's countering, no, he need to go back a little bit. No, got it, no!
Whoa.
Still saving, need ability to repair.
The tower does
got
finish it.
There you go.
The only thing I'm looking here as well is TaToH down in the, I guess, on the western side of the map. We've got all these Eagle Warriors trying to find around. They've just been killing farms the last couple of minutes. He needs to find a way to make all these units worth their while here. He's got a massive military count, but it's not really achieving too much down here.
Yeah, he need to attack. He's killing farms that are idle completely. Wasn't even villages. Now he's taking the mill. Stop taking the mill. Go forward and kill the villages, amigo. You need to go and take absolutely everything. You got a lot of eagles and he's not taking anything. You need to take more and more villages. And in the north, what is happening there? Well, few eagles also taken, but in the south, he got a lot of farming, but not that big difference anymore. Look at the max population. What is this game, Turk?
Exactly, like I was saying, I think TaToH is just starting to get bled for resources here. He's got like no gold in the bank. He's got a lot of food to kind of work with.
What he's doing in the north, Mr. Stuk. Sorry that I interrupt you.
You are right.
Another castle taking and protecting 2 goals. But look at those resources for TaToH. A lot of food, wood, but no goal at all.
Exactly. The last gold that's pretty much left unclaimed on the map now is just a little bit north of that castle we've got getting thrown down here for the Max. So the longer this goes, the better it's going to be for the Max.
The Max is on the way to Imperial. How he's on the way to Imperial right now with 2 castles. He's going to take back absolutely everything. But TaToH is gathering. He's using the market, selling the resources, and will be up soon too. But now, with Trebuchet, it's another thing, right?
Absolutely. It is an engagement maker. You can't just let those trebs sit there. You can't let them start doing damage. You have to find a way to engage and get on top of them straight away. So seeing those trebs come out is really going to give us a new sense of flow in this game, and the Max is going to be in control again.
Yeah, I believe so. Remember, guys, and also Mr. Turk, imagine if now he's doing Atlal with the Aztecs. Those crazy skirmishes with 1 extra range, because he's doing also there those slingers. Imperial Age for TaToH. TaToH got 81 villages, DemEyes 110, 30 villages difference, almost no idle anymore. And with the trebuchet and with those 2 minutes advantage in Imperial, who is the favorite now? Because I was calling the GG a couple of times. Mestradamus is not working anymore.
I agree. Like I said, the biggest thing here for TaToH is going to be for me that he's got no gold left on the map that he can claim. The last one has just been taken down by the Max as well, so he's going to be in a great position to just chokehold TaToH into an oblivion.
People is asking in the chat, how much gold got TaToH? Well, you can check at the bottom left corner. Remember, Capture Rates give you all the information. And TaToH got absolutely nothing. He's on the way to Imperial, but no resources at all. DemEyes is now doing plate mail armor, going standard infantry. Smart choice here. Of course, it's not the same because they don't move as fast as the Eagles, but they counter absolutely everything. If he's adding also skirmishes, you don't need the goal. He might get a good position now. But
we've got trebuchets and Jaguar Warriors on the way for the Max here. He's going to commit to a push very quickly. Like you said, he's got those long swords there ready to go, and he just needs to force that engagement out of TaToH. Get that army out of the underground over on the east side of the map there, pull it out and just stomp it down, and then just raid through his base.
But again, look what he's taking with that army, TaToH. He's not doing damage. He's letting a little bit, and I put in quotes, the Max to go to Imperial. Those resources are crazy. He got now the trebuchet taking all those towers, but he is not taking any risk. So he will reach Imperial Age, TaToH, and let's see the fight in Imp. I don't remember the last time I saw Atacama 1v1 going for the Imp.
This is just absolutely insane, and we are just having such a treat of a time here. This is only game number 1 of the best of 5 series here, and this has just been absolutely beautiful. We're going on an hour game time, and look at this. We've got two-hand swordsmen raiding the base.
He's raiding complete. He's also adding the Arbalest, Brezek, and with that army composition, what he can do, the Slinkets are fine, but he's getting pushed completely now. Population difference is incredible. DemEyes is there now with 173, TaToH 140, but the difference in villages, it's even bigger. Army is now getting closer, but the good thing here is not about the quantity, it's about the quality of that army, and the army now from DemEyes is in another level.
Absolutely. Look at this. He's starting to take down those towers. This was the safe zone for TaToH. He's got a lot of spread over the map here, but both players have taken this the exact same way. And I just don't know how he's going to be able to hold on to this. He doesn't have any castles down. He's got no way to fight against those trebuchets. He just has to get in on top of them, and I'm not sure how he's going to be able to do that. Look at it. Again, there's just a big group of like 30 Eagle Warriors over towards the east of the map that are just standing there, not getting any kind of worth.
Well, he's trying to clean product. He's trying to explore also. Let's go with the Fog of War. Just look. Now we can see exactly what is happening, Turk. Where's the goal for TaToH? Guys, now you can see there's 0 goal. And let's check, because we didn't check. Relic, well, TaToH got 3 relics, 1 ready for DemEyes. There's no goal. We can see absolutely everything here. 3 gold, 4 gold for DemEyes. TaToH? Nothing?
Exactly, and this is why TheMax is doing so well here. He can lose the units, and he can afford to replace them. TaToH, every single Eagle Warrior that goes down, he's waiting minutes to replace those guys with Relic Gold. He's got the Slingers here as well, but every engagement he needs to take needs to be super favorable. Chip away at TheMax and what he's got there. We've got TheMax starting to approach pop cap already on nearly 180 population.
Why he's not using, you were talking before, what is he doing? Those Eagles Warriors are +1, +2, they are not even elite. He has the least skirmishes. Honestly, if he's sending those Eagles, he's gonna lose them all.
He just does not have the gold to get this army as strong as it needs to be. I've seen him utilize the market a bit already, but it's starting to get towards that point of the game where TheMax is nearly approaching 1,000 gold in the bank. He can just hold on to it. He's got so many gold miners there that he is not worried. This army isn't totally replaceable for him.
Yeah. It's exactly that. This is what is happening. He's starting to get a little bit, look at those, Michi resources, Turk. He got a lot of resources. He's almost 200 pop and not taking any risk. Yeah, but what he's doing with that Tone Center, okay, he's taking the wood, but what he needs is gold. And sadly, he doesn't have any gold. And this is not a civilization that you can say, okay, I'm going to make hussars, I'm going to expand with the food units. What food units you can make here with Incast?
That's it. We're just looking at skirms, and that's exactly what he's doing here. But of course, we can see the transition from TheMax very, very easy here if he wants to. He can begin to deal with his army, and like I said, he can throw an army at it, clean most of it up, lose his entire army, and then just repop and go again.
Okay, let's see this fight. This is the army TaToH got, because the Eagles, he's cleaning the houses, which is great. But I think he should try to find some gold miners, try to find the way to go for the farmers, but he's a little bit, I don't know, afraid to lose those Eagles, I believe. He got champions, +4, +4, and he's doing now a Dlal and Elise skirmishes. Those skirmishes are, well, range. He's gonna get everything with that range.
This is just phenomenal play. TheMax has held in so well, and it looks like he's just got to... If he cleans up this army for TaToH, TheMax will have solidified a very strong victory here. He's come across everything to get to this point. He was tower rushed. He was constantly raided. Getting into a situation like this, look, you can't even see where his original base really was.
Yeah, but it doesn't really matter for him. I mean, they move completely, both players, one to the left, one to the right side. They started in the north and in the south. Now they are positioned completely different. But the problem is still being the gold. This economy, 1,000 food almost, over 1,000 gold, 1,000 stone, and it's incredible that the one who seems to be pushing is TaToH.
The thing here that I'm really starting to pick up on the map is the fact that TheMax does have the gold here, so he has a lot to kind of work with. He only has these small separate groups of trees left here. He's been pushed off the middle entirely, and he's been away there for quite some time. Obviously, he's got the gold. He's got the option to build blower units. He can buy wood if he really needs it, but obviously it's not optimal here. So I guess TaToH's kind of push here is to push him as far away from all the resources he can, and then try and push this into a massive, massive trash war.
Let's see if in that trash war he can win. Of course, he has right now 75 army for 54, another castle getting closer now to the farmer, trying to get more and more map. But I don't see the way the TaToH can counter those units. I really don't see it. I mean, you can see the Aztecs. He got now Elite Eagle Warrior. He got Arbalest. He got Skirms fully upgraded. Garland Wards. I mean, he's only missing Siege Onagers. He got everything.
He has just gone absolutely ham on the upgrades here, but he needs to make it count still. Because looking at this, TaToH, like you said, TaToH has been mounting a good offensive here. He's even up on the golds. He's raiding again. Trying to do as much damage, pushing him away from the woodlines towards the north of his base there, pushing him off the main gold that's left there as well. But look at this. We've just got range after range getting dropped down for the Max. He's just so quick at repopping now.
Okay, he's getting also, he's doing a castle trying to protect. He has been selling a lot of resources. TaToH, remember that he got advantage with the relics. 4 relics for TaToH. Well, maybe the game can change because of that. 4 relics if the game keep going and going and going, and TaToH is very, very strong doing this. Then maybe he can take it. But now the Max is leading the score. And look at that radio kill that. He's still being much ahead, TaToH, but nobody's pushing. We need siege rams here.
We need some way of players forcing those engagements. Of course, the Max can kind of just sit behind his castle here with his trebuchets and slowly chip away. TaToH has his army there ready for the engagement. I have a feeling we're going to see one final fight here, and this will really define the game.
They know how important the games are, and they are being really, really, really careful. They are not taking any big risk in any of the movements that they are doing. You can see how they are just paying attention, trying to advance little by little, not going anytime soon to push. Arbalest versus skirmishes, and look at the amount of slingers he got right now.
He's ready to begin dealing with any of that infantry that jumps in, but looking at the amount of Arbalest here, of course, as well. And then we can't forget about the fact we've got the Aztecs in there, so they're going to have that +1 range. They're going to have that +1 attacks on top of their skirmishes as well.
You can see 9 range. 9 range, those skirmishes. It's true that he doesn't have a lot of them. Military numbers are still growing. Both are almost the same population. It's still not huge raiding. Well, there's some raiding here with those eagles. Skirmish is trying to counter here, but we need to see siege. If we don't see siege, more than those 2 trebuchets, it's going to be really
if you want to see siege, there is siege right now coming from TaToH. He has capped rams out, 7 in play.
There you go, and there you go, there you go. How do you stop that now? That's a lot of army. Look at TaToH, he's trying to come back from the hell again. Well, how many rams are those? 7 rams. He needs the siege rams already incoming, and with those skirmishes and those slingers with the trebuchets behind, he can take now absolutely everything. Where's the army from the Max? Do you see the army from the Max? Turk, help me, man, I don't see it.
He's pushing across the other side of the map. He's got all his Arbalest. He is just in the wrong place to begin dealing with this. Luckily, his army is relatively mobile, so he will be able to get up there. But look at this. Here come the Rams versus the castle. He'll be able to do some damage versus the barracks and to start clean sweeping all of this.
Take that look at that castle, because you are not going to see anymore. He's doing another castle. Well, you're going to lose both. He's coming with so many. The siege rams is going to be there. He's going to lose that castle almost instantly. The Arbalests are coming, but that army is now useless. I'm wondering what he did. He did Elite Eagle Warrior, but I don't see Eagles. I don't see champions anymore. And now with those skirmishes, with the siege rams, it's going to be impossible to stop that. We're going to try.
Because I'm looking at this, Mem, you wanted Siege Ram, you got Siege Ram. We're advancing up to the next castle here. The good news is for the Max, he's starting to solidify a bit more position there on the main wood in the center there. But TaToH's just done such a good job of getting rid of as much as possible of it.
It's incredible. You can see how he's doing now. What is the Max doing? Is now they are switching the bases again? I mean, they are moving like a clock. Look at this. Now the Max is going to the top right corner and TaToH getting to the south. What is this? Because he's going to clean here everything. But the Max is moving and killing in the north. What?
How is TaToH pulling this off? He's had no gold access for so long. Look at that, literally 30 gold in the bank for him. Just that relic gold keeping him in the loop here. However, these siege rams are just absolutely smashing through these buildings. And the question is, will the Max be able to hold on against these rams, or will it be too much?
Well, here is clearly not holding. He's pushing completely. He's cleaning everything. But in the other side, he's also killing. Not that much. He needs to take that castle. He's trying to go with the Eagles and kill those. But the slingers are there. Arbalests and skirmishes. This is very risky situation here for the Max. I don't know anymore who can take this game.
There's a single gold mine left for the Max by the looks of it. He's got 300 gold left before he's going to be down to bare bones like we've seen from TaToH. Get a couple of rams, back it up with as much trash as possible, and just try and get in there and do the damage. But this has been one long game for game number 1.
For game number 1, and how the Max is still 200 population. He's just ignoring TaToH completely. The Max, 200 pop, army 92, TaToH 77. But where's the army from the Max? I need my glasses. I don't see the army, but the Max is killing everything.
Absolutely. We've got the Max raiding down in the back as well against the woodline. He's over in TaToH's main base. He's even against the woodline there as well. So trying to get as much damage in as possible. But look at this. He's getting kill after kill after kill.
Oh, the Mangonos is going to make another. He's coming with 2. Now the army. Now we can see the army from the Max. This can be the moment. The final moment of the game. Yeah, I say that 20,000 times, Mr. Turk. When he's going to finish this one.
I think we're just going to, like you said, this is a clock match. It's just going to continue moving around and around and around until someone doesn't have the population, doesn't have the buildings to continue being in the fight.
We see the Eagles, man. Now we see the Eagles. This can be the game. A lot of Eagles. Look at those two mangers. A lot of scrimmages taking over.
There we go.
He's calling the GG.
GG
What
for
a
game number 1.
What a game and what I see. TheMax is human. He smiled, man. I saw the smile, huh? I saw the smile there.
It can be done. Suomi here, taking the first game in the best of 5 series versus TaToH. If this sets a precedent for what we're going to be seeing here for the entire 3 days, I think everyone's going to be in for an absolutely amazing time.
This is really the first game? Because I'm feeling that this was the last one. I'm so tired, man.
I have a feeling we are going to be here a while.
Okay, well, we can check the map a little bit and we can see how there was nothing left.
There was no resource, you're absolutely correct. Looking in terms of what we've got there, the gold was mined out. Look how little wood was left, even for TaToH, who had the majority there. It came down to tooth and nail here, and it was just such good play from TheMax throughout the entire game. He dealt with every single hurdle, and this is what's pulled him up.
Yeah, being said that, let's take a look very, very soon to the achievements. When I say the achievements, because it's absolutely crazy stuff here. TheMax, just at the end, 4 unit kills more than TaToH. He was behind all the time.
Difference.
99 army, 93 with the economy, 3,000 more food, more wood for TaToH. Look at that goal and the stone. Map control, man.
This is just absolutely insane to look at. Like, look at the stone collected there. Look at the gold collected. No wonder TheMax did it. And like I said, he was spreading out super early in the game, making sure to kind of get every resource he could in there. But this is just absolutely insane. This is the best Age of Empires we have seen in the history of the game.
I really didn't expect to go for that late game in this map. And when he was moving and getting with those 6 rounds, we were thinking, oh, he's getting. But TheMax was relaxed. He was calm, man. He knew what to do, man.
Have you seen TheMax play? He just kind of sits there, takes everything in stride. Oh, this has happened. I can deal with that situation. I've done it a million times. TaToH, though, probably one of the better players out there as well.
In these kind of games, I'm surprised because you feel that this is one of those games that is in favor for TaToH because of his style. But TheMax, finished blood, man.
Well, that's what I said.
Completely,
Calm, collected, dealt with all of these
man.
ridiculous scenarios that TaToH was throwing out time after time after time. And maybe it will turn into one of those things where TheMax is the perfect counter to TaToH. TaToH known for all these ridiculous strategies, pushing in super hard and finding a way to kind of just get under your opponent's skin. TheMax sitting there, calm, collected, able to transition nice and easy between his builds. Absolutely nothing but a congratulations for both of them. At this stage, even though we have TheMax on game number 1 there, I don't think anyone can predict who's going to take this series. It was so tight the entire game.
Yeah, let's see what is going to be now the second game. The second game is going to be, guys, Caribbean. This would be a map that is in theory in favor to TaToH. It's a water map.
Look, in terms of the way TaToH plays and his playstyle, I would say he's very well versed in this style of play. So having something like that under his belt here could be exactly what he needs going out after game number 1, especially after a loss as well. Because the big thing we've got to go on here is is the mental stress this actually puts on the players. We've got Max already, he's got a game, he knows he can do it, he knows he can win this. And at the same time, he's also created himself a buffer zone already. And then on top of that, we've got that big thing of 3-0 looming in. Who wants to get 3-0'd in it like this?
Yeah, so now it's very, very important. It's really, really important. And TaToH need to win this one. Civilizations, we can make a guess. The Vikings versus Japanese?
I think you
or Malay?
Look, I think probably you're correct in that one. The Japan, a lot of easy bonuses. Malay would be nice to see, but at the same time, I think you're correct.
Malay is a civilization we said in the start that you can use pretty much all over. Remember, guys, I think it's pretty obvious that you can see there who is winning. Aztecs, you got the gold cup, right? So he won with that civilization. The Incas has lost, so you got the silver. But people is very strong in the chat, so they know absolutely everything.
Of course. And thank you so much those in the chat here as well today. You're part of the event just as much as the rest of us here. We are having an absolutely stellar time. The amount of people in the building is absolutely beautiful.
How many people is watching? I don't know. We don't have. How many people is watching?
That's it. Type in the chat how many people are watching so we can see it, please.
We don't see the viewers, guys. Come on, hype us right now. 4K already? Oh man, 4K.
We've only had one game. We've got like another 10 hours.
Nah, we're going for the 10K. With this dessert, 10K is guaranteed.
See, we can get a...
Remember?
That's it, man. That is
man.
it.
10K.
Oh, man. We hope everyone in the chat's having a good time as well. Everyone at the live event as well. There's a massive screen set up across the entire event here. We've got players absolutely everywhere.
But I feel bad, man. People is telling in the chat they want to see the crowd. They don't want to see us. They want to see people in the studio. Come on, guys, put the cameras in the studio. There you go. I also want to be there now that nobody listens. Huh? Oh,
there we go. We've got the woos down the back.
We are not muted. Oh, this is a pity here. Say hello, everyone. Come on, guys. Say hello, everyone.
There we go.
A lot of people that you know probably from the community. Nikov is there. Just at the back, and we are back. Okay, Karimi is going to be, the players are going to be really very, very soon. Don't worry, we're going to keep going with the second game. But, well, not like this, because the players are not there, so we are not going yet.
That's it, guys. Just give us 1 second. After a game like that, I think it's all right to give them a minute to relax. I think they've earned it, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Well, I'm checking. Let's make the guess. So, Vikings now versus Japanese. If there's I hopefully for a 1-1, because what we want here, 5 games. As much games as possible, right?
Look, if we can go to game 5 on the first set of the entire tournament, I am just absolutely happy. Like I said, this is some of the best Age of Empires we've just seen in general, and to have so many high caliber players here in person, we've got 0 lag going on here as well. So it means the micromanagement behind everything has been absolutely stunning.
That's amazing. I was checking before their chairs, before they were practicing. I was checking, how is the pin, TaToH? 0. It says 0, absolutely. So it's just amazing. It's like if you are playing single player.
That's it.
It's playing single player experience. It's great.
Exactly. And the players at the same time here have been here for a couple. They've had time to warm up. They know how the game feels.
They have been here a couple of days, if I'm not remember. Okay. And in those 2 days, they got used. Remember that they got also the keyboards, they got the mouses, so they feel a little bit like it's not like at home, but they are as close as possible there.
Absolutely, and this has just been an amazing time for everyone involved. We've got so many members from the community here. I can see them mingling already. We've got so many different areas set up as well, depending exactly what you want.
Okay, we're going to take a small break very, very soon, guys, and we will go for this second game.
Exactly, we're only up to game number 2. This is an entire day worth of games here, guys. There's a good chance it could go on for 12 hours, so I hope you have nothing booked in and you're ready to just sit down and watch some of the best quality Age of Empires you'll ever see. Welcome back to the Escape Champions League. We are going into game number 2. TheMax versus TaToH. Of course, first game going to TheMax after an extremely hard-played game from both players.
What we can expect now, because we don't know after the first game.
Yeah, the first game, it taught us nothing. No one has an advantage here. We went to over an hour of game time straight away. No resource left on the map, and they were still fighting it out.
Just incredible game. Now we're going to see Caribbean. A lot of people maybe don't like that much those games, but guys, we're jumping into the second game. This is absolutely amazing, and it's going to be the bike. You see TaToH, he always surprises us.
What is
the
TaToH
Vikings
planning?
Versus Byzantines. Well, Fast Imperial transition to Fast Fire. I don't know. Let's check. TaToH is in the north.
It would be glorious.
Yeah. TaToH is in the north as a blue with the Byzantines, and in the south, Mr. Turk.
We do have TheMax playing in the red as the Vikings.
Okay, let's take the map. Map for TaToH. We can see berries at the back, goal at the back, another goal at the back, stone at the back. It's true that in a land map, Mr. Turk will be great, but here is a little bit, well, it's not that important because we were expecting some water. It's also true that if there's some land, it can be a real problem. But being said that, let's go and check now the max map.
Absolutely. So looking down for both players as well, there will be one large stone mine across 2 large gold mines here as well for each player. Both are going to be quite close to the edge of the map there, so if we do see ships starting to take over and control, no surprise landings or anything, it will be a little bit of an issue to maintain control of a lot of these areas. So what you're going to find, both players will go hard on the water generally, and from there, it'll pretty much dictate the pace of the entire match.
Well, definitely. And in this kind of map, what the players are doing is focus on the economy. Since you cannot go on laming, we're going to see 5 villages on wood probably, lumber camp, right? Then pushing the deers. I believe that TaToH is, you see, pushing the deers as well. And from there, the most important is where they're going to locate the dock. This map doesn't have like a huge amount of fish, right, Turk?
I'm looking at it. I'm trying to see if anyone has a direct advantage here. I think the big thing is if we kind of look at the Max's base there towards the western side, he's only kind of got this little pond with a couple of fish in it. Towards the south side, he's got a little bit to work with. But looking at TaToH, he can put one down on the, I would say, the east side there and towards the north, and he's got a little bit of option there between both.
Yeah. Well, the Max got, this is the spot he should go. But remember that they don't watch us as we do. This is the point of view from the Max. You don't know exactly how it's looking. So
exactly.
It's a little bit lack factor here.
Ooh, I'm hoping not, because that's one of the last things I want to see in a tournament match this big. We do have the house going down here as well towards the back near the boar. And looking over towards TaToH, looks like we have the house coming down towards the shipwreck.
Okay. Well, he's pushing the deers. He has 4 villages on wood. The Vikings, he can maybe afford to be with 4 villages since the dock is cheaper. Right? Oh, but look at the dock he's doing. Look at the dog he's doing.
That hurts right from the beginning. In that little pond I was talking about there, he's got a little bit of fish to work with, but at the same time, if we see TaToH go down towards that eastern side, he has a lot more ocean there to work with.
Anyway, for the start, since you have the Vikings and you cannot make fire galleys, you want to go for a back dock. The start might be okay because you got one dead fish and another, so when he noticed, he will have to move here. But the problem here, for the strategy DemEyes is trying to do, is that he has no enough fish probably to go for a fast castle. Safety, you know.
Absolutely, I agree with you entirely. Putting down the back dock there gives you a little bit more time before your opponent reaches you, so you can mass up a little bit more unit. And like you were saying, playing as the Vikings as well, even more important so to do that. But at the same time, once the fighting begins, it takes so long to reinforce those numbers as well until you put down all those front docks.
Do you think it's worth it? Well, he's doing the dock here, but it will be really complicated to make a landing. Do you think it's worth it try to land right away for any of the players?
I'm looking at this one here, and it's one of those things where, look, I always love to see a good land game. I love to see something different. It would be nice, but
risky, right?
Exactly, risky. And it's something I think TaToH tried something a little bit, I don't want to say like different, but it's something a little bit more, I guess, risque in the first match there. Went for towers, tried to get the push on, really tried to do as much damage as possible. And being down 0-1, I feel like it doesn't exactly make you want to take more risks than you have to. So we might see a kind of more styles, just I'd say basic style, basic standard, yeah.
Okay. Anyway, being said that, if the game goes longer, it can happen like in the previous. The Vikings in late game should be one step ahead, at least, from the Byzantines.
And let's have a look. Both players, we have the boar in for both players. We've seen a little bit of a deer lure as well. Both players should have spotted most of their island by now, so they should know what's up. A couple of turkeys left there for TaToH, and we've got a couple left there from the Max as well. Doing a little bit more scouting around his island. How are we looking in terms of rally placement as well? We've got one over towards the western side of the Max.
Yeah, but that timing, that That timing going, oh, look at the transport. TaToH is going for the transport right away.
Remember
Look
where
up
I
at the
said
top
when you're
left
down
corner.
0-1, you don't want to do anything risky? I think he does.
We don't play the lottery today, Mr. Turbicot. Man, look at the transport he's doing already. I'm surprised a little from DemEyesRed going that fast up, which is going to be great right now, because in this situation, if you are going a little bit slower, trying some fast castle, you can get TaToH already in your base.
All right, let's see what his plan is here. We've got 4 villagers moving from the town center. It looks like he wants to make the transition here. The other thing I would like to point out, I doubt we're going to get into serious late game here with this kind of strategy. 3 relics on TaToH's arm. Looks like we've only got 1 on the maxes.
Well, I'm going to focus completely now, Turk, in the transport. 4 villagers.
Absolutely.
The scout. We're going to see exactly what TaToH can see right now. I don't even know, and you don't even know, if DemEyesRed going to find out. Let's see. The suspense is real. Even people, they shut up here. Did you notice?
Oh, good. I'm watching the max as well, so we'll see if he manages to catch the transport or not.
Okay, you point me out. And then we'll say, there you go. The landing is a good landing. It's a good landing here. Let's put now, we want to have now an idea. It's going to be probably, it's a tower right away. No. He deleted because he noticed that he's far. Ooh. And now he's doing the tower, trying to get the stone. He want to make that first tower to then make probably that one in the south, right? Another one.
The villager, though, is coming back from the max here as well. Good chance it's going to spot the scout.
Oh, he can see.
Oh, there was a flash there. He should know.
He can see. He did it or not? No reaction.
I don't think he's not reacted at all.
He didn't notice.
And the villager, look at where that tower is now. It's just out of line of sight as well behind the woodline.
Still didn't notice.
What is this?
Incredible, man. It's incredible. He didn't notice. He has explored the map. He has explored absolutely everything. You can see. He can see all the map. He's going with the galleys. The scout was there for a second. Well, for a millisecond.
Again, that's the second time we've seen the scout in there for a millisecond, and no reaction from the max. The max already starting to produce galleys as well. He's got 3 docks up and running. He will not have the resources for this.
But 3 docks.
And
look at the gate. Look at the gate. He's going to get the gate. He's blocking. He deleted the Lumbercan. For him to delete the Lumbercan. Whoa. Fast reaction, man. Amazing reaction there.
That was just too close for comfort there from the max. He knows exactly what's going on now. The first tower is up. He puts down a defensive outpost, actually, right next to his gold there. So he wants to know what's going on, but look at this. Tower comes up as well on the gold side. Another outpost.
Double outpost. NBL outpost. Raz, good job, man. Now he's going to go back, okay? How many villages he need to go back? 2 outposts are going to defend that? I don't think so, but he got goal at the back. And now, where's the stone? Oh, only one stone.
Only one stone and it's covered.
All the stone is together. 2 piles of stone are together in the same spot.
This has the potential for a very quick game if the max can't find a way to mop this up. And look at this, TaToH being extra cheeky, putting down a dock right next to his opponents. Few fire ships out and deal with any fishing ships that are left on the map.
Well, actually, in this map, the stone is always together. You can see it's the same for TaToH. The stone is all together. It's only 1 pile. I didn't notice that. Okay. Yeah. So it's the same, actually. It's fair map for both because it's like this. You can see that. Well, I don't know what is he going to do now. He keep going with the towers. He didn't make any damage, like not yet. But map control can matter a lot.
Absolutely. It's pushed him away from one of his main goals. He forced a deletion of lumber camp, so you've got literally resources just down the drain there. We've denied the stone that he's got access to as well, and even then he needs to get the wood he needs to be able to push onto this secondary gold mine down in the back here. So at the moment, he's effectively stunted him, but like you said, there's been no direct damage.
That mining camp is a little bit too far. He should go 1 tile closer. Anyway, he's walling 2 houses with the stone. I think he's defending really great. I don't know, but I will make a tower probably here because you want to stop him, avoid to go to that area. He's walling now. So, yeah, he's keeping just the stone. And now there's a lot of galleys. After that, the max seems to be going pretty okay. Is he doing now some fire galleys? Yes, he is. And he's still with only 1 and 2 dogs because this one is sneaky here.
Well, TaToH's got his foothold now, what we were talking about. He's already got 4 towers down, so he's looking extremely sharp there. He just needs to find a way to basically start getting in the water, do a little bit of damage there, and then again, it's the same story we saw in game number 1, except paying off. He's starting to get the constriction, and there we go again, the beautiful little cubes. For anyone wondering at home what this is the point of view from TheMax as shown on the screen there. This is how he plays the game. He doesn't care for the little sprites, doesn't care for anything like that. He just needs the cold, hard information.
When I saw this before I started the stream, I was like, how you can play like this? And Rubenstock said, easy, easy. When you go back, when you go there, you don't go back. Anyway, you know what I will do here? I will put here a dock. for DemEyes. If you put here a dog, you're gonna block completely that one. The fire galleys won't be able to cross here because you're gonna block completely, and then you will trap it. Since you got a lot of more army and only one dog available here for TaToH, he will be in problems because TaToH didn't make any damage right now.
No.
Not much.
Well, like you said earlier on, he hasn't done any direct damage yet. He's managed to limit his opponent's movements by a lot. We've got a pretty minimal amount of fishing ships out for TaToH here at the moment. Obviously not something he wants to lose, but at the same time, Demolition Raft out for TheMax. We've got a demo out for TaToH as well. So it's basically coming down to who can just get some efficient trades on the water here. But I'm looking at this group of 3 fishing ships, and the demo's sitting right next to it.
Well, he's gonna take one. Maybe I think he's gonna kill them all. Well, that's important. You are losing the fish now. He's losing all the... Oh, he's not wasting.
That's it. He's going to hold on to his demo. TaToH knows his demo trades. He knows exactly what he needs to make it worth it. So he's just going to hang out with that one, keep it down until he can get a good grouping of these galleys, and then blammo.
So imagine if he did what I suggested, you know, one dog here, since they are cheaper, he got the wood, it would be great. Resources, I'm looking, a lot of stone, gold. I will see the market probably from TaToH soon. Yeah, I think so. 2 farmers, 3 farmers already here. He's well defended now. He's walling more. He's doing another dog now in the north. So many dogs. Let's zoom out a little bit. How many? He got 4 dogs already.
The good news is for Max as well, with his little galley group there, he's been able to head around over to TaToH's side and clean up pretty much all of his fishing ships. In fact, it might have been all of them just looking at the map there. So he has managed to get himself a small win from that one there. But again, we've still got that demolition raft there from TaToH, trying to find an engagement here. If these galleys clump up, he could find exactly what he's after.
Yeah, but also point out Vikings' economy. If the game keep going longer, you can see how he's gathering good food. Yeah, but he's going to balance with the market. A lot of galleys, he got the fletching, yes. So not enough army here yet for TaToH.
I'm kind of looking at what we've got here, and we've got Blacksmith Market coming down for TaToH. TaToH 544 stowed in the bank.
Another dog already here. Well, it's the 5th dog for TheMax. Population, the same. Yeah, pretty much the same. 4 villages more, but double the army from TheMax. The game is stabilized a little bit, and now TaToH cannot touch him. He has no army at all. So do you think it will be worth it now to make a counter rush? The market is there, and the blacksmith, he will buy the food and will go up to Castle H. Look at that economy for TaToH, Mr. Turk.
Absolutely. It's a nice advance time after what he's managed to pull off here as well, gathering so much stone, just transitioning that into gold, and then, of course, getting the resources he needs from there. So it's made it very, very easy for him. And the big thing I think we need to keep out watch for now is if does TaToH decide to start going onto the water, or does he start dropping military buildings on his opponent's island and just start trying to wipe him off the map?
That's a good question. It's a little bit tricky. I think he's going to try to get back into water because you know that it can be very important. If you lose the water and... yeah, maybe you cannot come back from there. Let's see, he's taking 1 dog. The resources for TheMax is still not going to go up. Well, he's getting there. 500 food, 200 gold, archery range. But he's probably not expecting, right, that TaToH is going to be in Castle Age.
Exactly, and that's the big thing to kind of come away with here. If TaToH, like I said, drops a couple of military buildings, start getting on top of that economy nice and early there for TheMax, there's nothing he can really kind of do to stop it. Like you said, he's got the archery range coming up behind that, so we'll have a little time to get some military up there, but so much resource spent on the water, something that TaToH hasn't committed to, but at the same time, it means if TaToH loses his 4 villages that are on his opponent's island, what can he do from there?
Well, it's true that it's going to be difficult that he's losing down because he has full towers, but you need to multitask. He's now trying to get some galleys, and you need to put all the galleys together. It's forcing him to move all the fishing ships. Actually, those fishing ships are really great for the economy. It's a great boost, and TheMax is Castle Age now. 2 minutes behind, but still, this is so important. He's not going to go siege and monks or something here. He's doing the fletching for the towers probably. At home, he doesn't have a barrack, so...
And there we go. He's going down with War Galley tech as well. Looks like TaToH does want to make a play for the water here.
But that's a bad moment here to go. He's trapping him before he's doing the arbit. He wants to take the fight before he's doing the War Galley arbit. That's for why TheMax is going. Now he's going to take it 1 down. He's going to take another. He's going to take or not. Well, good micro there for TheMax, but he split all the units, TaToH.
Let's have a look here, because we've got TaToH up in the next stage. Like I said, War Galley coming down. We'll be able to make a play for the water here. And there the fire ships coming out. He's reinforcing as well. And it looks like he's going to get the surround.
Yeah, that's a big problem here. He can lose absolutely everything. No, he's going away. He can cross there. He's moving. He need to go away. He need to kill that fire galley and then move. Otherwise, this fight not going to be great for DemEyesRed. Nah, he's going away, he's fine. And just look what he did here. Got a stable and archery range because I really think that he want to recover that area.
Absolutely, and look at this, Galley's just being pushed back further and further. Max really just has to play for time here. He really needs that War Galley upgrade. But look at this, TaToH, some good micromanagement, just starting to corner them over and over again, getting all that trickle damage on them, and slowly just taking down that big bowl of death.
Well, if he's losing all this army, the good thing with the Vikings is that you can make the galleys again. They are cheaper, but he's doing an extra TC already.
Whoa! That is one hell of a demo hit there from the Max.
Look at
wow,
this.
TaToH just absolutely demolishes the Max there. Takes out about half the galleys, and at the same time, look at the low HP on these galleys.
And all the others. And all the
TaToH
others.
has taken the water.
All them there. Look at this. The water is completely down now.
That is just absolutely heartbreaking to see. The Max was doing such a good job holding on to those ones. One demo ship from TaToH spawns as the units pass by the docks, and game over for all those galleys. And look at that. TaToH has full water control. He's on his opponent's island now. A couple of knights coming out from the Max trying to clean up these villages, but is it going to be enough?
Well, I don't know. In water, he's in big problems right now. He's doing the crossbow upgrade, and for what? For landing or just recover here? Of course, he's taking some villages. No, he didn't take. 4 villages down. The TC is going to be up, and
this has been
he's taking everything on water.
Just devastating.
Yeah, he's taking the water completely.
Have you seen the transition we're starting to see from Max though in his bottom dock? That's probably my favorite thing.
Yeah, he did also a lot of docks here, but it's gonna be an oath. The longboats are coming.
The longboats are coming.
He's doing some demos too, so but I don't know anymore. Look at the difference in the military. It's now big for TaToH, and to kill those fire, you need a lot more longboats.
What are you doing, TaToH? We put down on a town center and we're our opponent's island. We want to take this one as well. Gonna be able to boom up behind it. Gives, of course, himself an easy staging point for any kind of aggression there. But longboats at the moment as well, trying to take down these fire ships as best as possible.
Oh, but don't take a fight now. Don't lose like this. He need the botkin. He didn't make the botkin. Now he's doing a TC. Oh, man. That TC, if he's also conquers that and a monastery just to counter a potential knight, yeah, now the map control belongs to TaToH.
Absolutely, entirely. He's got the water, he's got half of his opponent's island as well that he can't even touch. His opponent can't touch his stone, he can't touch one of his main gold mines there. We've still got quite a bit of gold left on the other side, thankfully, for the Max, so we can put up a little bit more resistance here before resorting to trash as well.
Well, longboats are really strong, but the numbers matters a lot. He got now the same army coming with the longboats. He need to be careful, TaToH, now. Ballistic will be crucial in this situation.
TaToH's control has been absolutely crucial throughout this entire game. The thing I'm worried about here for the Max, if he starts to move into this canal area here, he could again be sandwiched between the fire ships, and then again all it takes is one demolition ship.
Yeah, it can't happen. I think he's going to be aware now, since he got some damage before, a big damage before. But the numbers, look at the population, man.
TaToH's on the way to Imperial though, man.
Oh my
He's
God.
already clicked up, using that bonus as best as possible.
The Byzantines, man. 3-tone centers on the way to Imperial, 32 minutes. Now fast fires. For that reason, he's going away with all the army. Doesn't have a lot of army anymore, because the Vikings can produce, well, super cheap units. But being in Imperial that early can be the game.
Absolutely. If he starts to manage to get the extra text behind it, especially because the thing is as well, he does have quite a bit of stone in the bank. He's still got villages on stone as well. So the big thing I'm starting to feel is if we see a castle come down on the Max's island, especially once TaToH hits Imp, there's no way he can begin to deal with that. And don't the fish blocks just make you happy? Their little Bobby redness.
Well, I'm really scared about that. If he's doing a castle here, I'm just checking that. Like you said, he even made a mining camp.
This is what I'm worried about.
He's gonna make the castle right away, right?
Yeah, he's gonna drop a castle right next to the town center, use that as a staging point, and if he pushes him away from that town center, he's got the lumber towards towards the south there. He's got a little bit of gold, and that's pretty much about all he's got to work with here. I'm just worried again that TaToH's gonna constrict his opponent, and the Max won't be able to put up much of a fight.
But he shouldn't lose the water. I mean, he maybe is a little bit confident here, and well, the problem is that if he's losing the water but he's taking his land, then what the Max can do? Nothing. Because look at the map for the Max with one town center.
But still, we've got the Max out. He's got 13 longboats out in play. I'm only seeing 4 fire ships there for TaToH at the moment. 5th one over by his dock. So the raiding option is definitely here for the Max along the coastline. He can potentially try and move over with the transport ship if he wants to as well, but there's a good chance he may actually be able to rebuild water control after this. And there's the transport.
Look, yeah, the transport, but look at the castle he's doing. On his face. On his face. I mean, it can be closer. It can be closer. There's not a possibility of a doubt castle, right?
Not at all.
No.
There is nothing here to help the Max defend this one. He kind of just has to let it happen, and just that town center, I think, is just going to be a sacrificial lamb here to make him just hold out as long as possible. Transport ship about to get across to the other side here for the Max as well, loaded with 5 crossbows. It has been scouted already by TaToH, though, who has some fire ships in play.
Yeah, he see it, but this shouldn't be a big problem. He can move also those villages to the left, so shouldn't be any problem. He convert one crossbow, he's there with the fire ships. Yeah, this is pretty much, even with the castle. Look at this, GG call. GG call, well, total domination here. Total domination here with the Byzantines, huh?
Great play from TaToH.
Whoa, that has been amazing. He took completely the wood, the stone. You can see now the players, they keep the same. They are relaxed. Like, this is like a long run, right? A long run. And with this castle, he took 1 gold, the stone, all the map, and the transition to Imperial with Byzantines.
Exactly. The castle there was just the nail in the coffin I think we were waiting for. TaToH took so much control of his opponent's island. The way he took out all those galleys there towards the middle of the game as well, absolutely devastating there for the Max. He managed to pull himself into such a good controlling lead there, and then all of a sudden, 1 demo ship, such low HP on 5 ships, swarm him, game over.
But what's great, but even if he didn't take that one, probably with the Imperial transition, he couldn't do anything, right? It's very difficult with this strategy. Okay, let's go and jump into the achievement, and we will see how fast it was. This game, completely different with the previous one, right?
Exactly, and that's what I'm loving here. The players are really showing exactly where they shine, how many styles they've mastered, and what they've exactly brought to the table here. And if we look at the resources count, you can see TaToH ahead on pretty much all of it. Look at that, 2,000 stone in the bank. It's looking good for him.
Yeah, everything. Village 10 villages more, transition to Imperial 32 minutes. It was absolutely over, and we're going to jump into the third game very quick.
Absolutely here. And remember, of course, we are only in game number 3 now. We are at 1-1. It guarantees us another 2 games minimum.
Right, River, and what the prediction for this? Because we got surprised about the Byzantines. We forgot that in that map, in this Caribbean, that they are pretty close also, that these Byzantines can be so dangerous.
Absolutely, and we saw that in time and time again. The fire ships transitioning into an early Imperial timing like that just makes things so strong for TaToH. And again, TaToH showing he can use these civilizations that you wouldn't necessarily pick, but at the same time put you in a very, very good spot for that. Next up, we do have Dry River for game number 3 here. Best of 5 series, so we are promised at least an extra 2 games with both players taking out 1 game each.
But guys, if you were waiting for a break, there's no break anymore. We are jumping right away with the south. TaToH as a blue with Japanese. And in the north, we have DemEyesRed with the Kells, Mr. Turk. How is the map for DemEyesRed in this one?
Looking at this one, he's got some very close fish there, which is going to be fantastic for him. He's going to get that mill down straight away and have a little bit of extra time there. So from the beginning, of course, it's going to make things a little bit easier in terms of pulling those fish in, so we will have a higher income, and we'll have an income quicker. But at the same time, it means if he gets pushed away from here, the town center is literally a stone's throw away. So it makes things very hard to defend. He doesn't have much option for a retreat.
Very complicated. I mean, I was expecting Japanese in the previous one because the fishing ships are working much better. Here, you got the advantage that seems you can make a lot of mills. You can see second mill already for TaToH is 50% cheaper, so it's definitely worthy. The faster food is here, the fishing ships, right? The short fish, sorry, because those elephants maybe sometimes they don't even take it, or maybe they take it late game.
Absolutely an option there as well. But like you were saying, the big thing I'm liking about this choice, because of course we were thinking we would see Japanese in the last game, but TaToH has gone, look, I'm not going to commit to a whole bunch of fishing ships, so maybe it's better off holding on to these guys for the here. We can use the Japanese, we can get down those mills super easily and efficiently. Look at how easy it makes him to micro the villages around. It puts him in such a good position there just to get maximum resource income.
Yeah, well, the lumber camp, remember, is the same price. It's very cheap, but according to the other resources, we can check now TaToH resources. Gold at the back, a stone at the back, another gold on the left. The third one is super far, and another stone at the back. That's really cool in case that the Max seems he's with the Kells, and they are faster.
Exactly.
Faster military, that can be very dangerous. So.
And looking towards the Max, he does have that pond extremely close to his town center, so not a lot of options for a retreat there. If he gets knocked away from these ponds, it's pretty much going to be a little bit testy for him to get back out there. But at the same time, gold in the back, stone in the back, gold in the back. He's got lumber in the back. It's just starting to look very good for him. So if he does get pushed on, he can hold towards that town center and then make a comeback eventually.
Well, some walls will be needed. This can be easily walled by the Max. You can see those couple of forests. He can also wall till the edge of the map. pretty easy to cover this area. Then in this one, I don't know if he's going to make the buildings. I believe that the bar... Wow, he's doing here all the walls here. Maybe the bar will be forward, but this can be really unpredictable. A really unpredictable map. I think they will go aggressive, both with militias.
Looking at the way TaToH's kind of setting his base up here, you can see he's actually already going for the wall off kind of across the side there. Gets the house in, blocks the one gap there straight away. I think he does have a lot easier base to wall off. That said, as soon as we look to kind of the north where the gold is, he does have this extremely open area here. Same thing can pretty much be said for TheMax though, looking at this. He's got that one area which is reasonably easy to wall off to the center of the river. Then of course he can go to the edge of the map, but at the same time he's got this massive open space to work with.
Yeah, definitely TaToH map is really amazing. Let's see, what is this zone? Okay, he's trying to lame a little bit. Uh-oh, first village down. First village down for TaToH. He's going to lame that one. He's going to take it. He's going to wall it or not. He's going to wall it.
Oh man, just a little bit slow.
Now he took it. He took it already. It's very dangerous here to be without the loom, and it can happen this.
TaToH, again, just showing he lets no opportunity go to waste here. Sees a villager on its own, he'll take it, even with the scout with only 3 HP, 3 attack. Nothing extra on that guy there, just some good micromanagement from TaToH, and sadly just a little bit slow of a wall off there from TheMax.
TheMax is now going around with the scout. He's trying to make probably the same. One Billy is that early, it matters, man. It really matters. And 3 mils already. Whoa, that is strong. It's true that he has 2, because remember that the kills got also bonus from the wood. Well, let's see. It should be fine, but TaToH economy, look at that food.
Exactly. It's running at such high efficiency. We do have the barracks starting to come down from TheMax. TaToH throwing his barracks down too as well. So we are going to see a little bit of advantage there in terms of timing for TheMax. But at the same time, like you pointed out earlier, TaToH just snagged a villager already. That's about as good as a Dark Age gets.
Yeah, he's walling that villager because he see him coming. Doing the loom, I think they will go similar time, but that food, 600, already up 9 minutes 27 seconds. So quick.
That's so quick. I was about to comment about that. TaToH knows exactly what's up here. With all these mills down, he's been able to be so efficient with his farming. His food count is just absolutely insane.
Without taking any elephant. Remember that the elephants are 400 food each, and they are just avoiding them, ignoring them. Minicam at the back, taking gold. That Minicam is so sweet. He can even take a stone if he wanted. That's amazing. That's really amazing for that one. Militia's already on the way, and TheMax is not doing yet, and he's not up yet. Look at that difference.
TaToH is looking like he's in a really good spot here. He's got an earlier uptime. We don't have any militia coming out yet from TheMax. We've got TaToH already 3 queued, or 2 queued now, 1 in play. TaToH looking like he might just be, again, a step ahead in this.
He's 1 minute, over 1 minute ahead. Imagine if he's sending now the militias and coming with villages and put a tower. That tower can take that huge amount of food. Map control again. I will go for a tower.
Absolutely,
Right,
and like I was saying earlier on, this is really all that TheMax has to work with here. These puddles are quite close to his town center, but from there, look at how hard it is to get to anywhere else.
Oh, he's coming. Turk, he's coming. He's coming.
Go.
They are so close. They are so close. 3 militias, 4 villages, gonna make the tower, gonna deny that mill, and it's even more, it's gonna be even worse for TheMax, because he has only 1 left, and look at that.
Where can the counter tower come from? It can't. TheMax is still on his way up to feudal.
Yeah, man. He needs to move now. Yeah, well, he's going away, and he got also some ostrich. And ooh, look at this. The good thing is that there's a lot of resources. Yeah, but he's getting already, and he's forcing him to spend resources that he wanted. He didn't want to spend.
That's it. If he can force a variation on his opponent's plan, it puts him in a really good situation. Man-at-Arms just finishing up now as well, so going to get that little bit of a stat bump on top of these militia, which makes things a little bit easier. Same time, Watchtower going to deny both these puddles here. Good news is for TheMax, he's already walled off towards the top of the map there. He's got a secondary one down, but he has forced the extra creation of the mill, a little bit more idle time as well. And it looks like that barracks is out of here.
He destroyed the barrack using, when he reached feudal, he forced him to make another one. So just imagine how much resources he has spent already just to try to counter, and he's still not wall. He didn't wall. What is this? Wall, man? You need to wall. Oh, man. Well, man, I'm all for this.
TaToH is just giving his opponent nothing here. He's done such a good job of being aggressive, and it looks like we might even be seeing another push now as well, because we do have TaToH already on stone, so we'll be able to pull another one. But these quick walls from TaToH are just absolutely stunning.
Yeah, he was fine there. The multitasking was real. You can see that they are trying. He's doing the tower, but that tower is not great. You know why? Because he's going to make exactly the tower on the left, and then he's going to counter again that mill. I think that was a little bit too fast, that tower.
Yeah, but at the same time, though, he needs a way to kind of hold on now. He doesn't want to get pushed off this, because if he gets pushed off this area here, that's pretty much it for food income. I know he can go down to the elephants, but after that, it's straight onto farms, which again is just more commitment to resource he didn't want to lose.
Yeah, but still, he's losing. Because when he's doing this tower, this is useless now. Well, he can take the ostrich maybe, but he's coming with the men-at-arms and not going to be able to take it. He's there. Let's see now. The men-at-arms are coming. The scout is there. He can see them coming. He's already on his point of view. You can see. You can see he's there. Oh, but well, he got the tower to defend, but Imagine now is coming and doing another tower here.
The big thing I'm worried about is where all these villagers are sitting around this mill. If he wanted to, he can just go in and try and block them in there as easy as possible. But at the same time, we've got those villagers from TaToH wandering around the side here. Looks like they're looking for a place for a tower, but nope, looks like they just want line of vision. Outpost coming up from TaToH.
Okay, quick wall. He's doing the outpost, but he's also there with the men-at-arms. Yeah, he's safe now. He's safe now. Safe, which is not in a good position. Also, he's repairing the Lamberg and forcing him a little bit to spend resources. Population from TaToH here, 37-29 in minute 13.
TaToH actually has another 4 militia on the opposite side of the map as well. So he's got 4 that he's using to push away the Max's militia. Then he's got 4 on the opposite side that he's using to kind of pressure as well. So really interesting to commit this hard to it. Gate coming up there nice and quick as well for TaToH. Going to deny any aggression on the gold.
Now in DTC, he's gonna hit the TC, but got no village, so it's not a big problem. He has no village, so even if he's going, he's not gonna make big damage. And DemEyes, look at those militias, men-at-arms, sorry, they are Ferraris. They are so fast. He's trying to catch up, but he can't. Impossible. Look. Yeah, he's going away. Anyway, the population difference say that he's four villages behind already DemEyes, and not even the double attacks.
It just makes things so hard to catch up on a map like this, especially because in reality, nothing really too much has happened. We did have that 1 kill in terms of the actual scout there, but then TaToH just starting to hammer every advantage he can. Takes down the barracks, puts up a tower, looks for another hole, and he's just making TheMax spend so much resource he doesn't want to here, and is really denying any kind of strategy that Max may have had an option for. Archery range is up, do have a couple of garrisoned archers there as well for TheMax, so he will have a way to clean up these men-at-arms.
Yeah, he can clean up, but when he's going to clean up, he's probably be on the way to Castle Age. Look at those resources. He's gathering a lot of food, only missing the goal. And we'll go up to Castle
This
Age.
is just insanity. TaToH's been playing such tight build orders this entire game. He's gone into pretty much every match with a direct strategy. He knew what he wanted to achieve, and he's put just enough pressure on his opponent there that they haven't really been able to interfere with him, which is the big thing. We'll see if these archers can really start to pull anything off for TheMax, but at the same time, like you're saying, he just needs a little bit of gold, and he's up to the next age.
Yeah, it's almost impossible situation now for TheMax. He got map control. TheMax is doing now deflecting, except that he's now going and pick up so many villages, but TaToH react instantly with the tower. He's doing the tower, the archers are there, men-at-arms, he didn't find it, he didn't catch up anything there. He just missed it. TheMax also missed it and could take some villages, not anymore. He's now trying to go away. He's gonna be able to take this wood? I'm not sure. He got double archery range at home, and TaToH about to click up to Castle Age. And when that happened,
he's in such a good position to defend this off. Obviously, the archer range came up a little bit later, but at the same time here, being the defender, he's going to get the defender advantage here. He can repop, he continue to add to his army here. Maybe a potential couple of villages, but no, look at that. Garrison into the tower. TaToH is just everywhere in this match. Absolutely everywhere.
He got really big advantage in the start. He's getting the initiative. Oh, he didn't wall. There is some good situation here. Nah. He's going to pick a couple of villages, but those archers are coming. TaToH didn't click up yet to Castle Age, so let's see, because TheMax is going to try, of course, till the last second. He's going to pick one village or not. He's picking one. Man, kill something. He's not killing any. And now with the archers, he's not going to take any. Maybe this one? No. Okay, in the last second, he got it. Archers, and going to pick now those. And TaToH is finally on the way to Castle Age, also now with the skirmishes to defend.
That's it. Look at the way TaToH's been defending this entire map. The men-at-arms get through, but at the same time only loses a single villager. Obviously, losing the villager gonna just suck. You don't want to lose anything. But the option there, if they were blocked in properly, if TaToH's control wasn't there, we saw a lot more option for that. And again, look at that. Blocks the men-at-arms out, uses the archers, just take them out slowly, and there's nothing that can really happen here. TaToH just having such a controlling force in this game.
I'm afraid. I'm really afraid. Well, the score is almost the same, so he might be thinking, oh, I don't have so much army. But when he see that he reached Castle Age, he got the same army. Same army, same villages, and he's gonna be in Castle Age while TheMax got 0 resources, basically. I mean, it's almost impossible. He got all the map control, and he could go crossbows and even siege if he wanted.
Absolutely. Look at the resource count there we've got for TheMax. We've got 76 food in the bank. Padded archer armor coming down as well. I don't think he suspects that TaToH's up to Castle Age here. Really trying to get his upgrades and things before he moves up, but the Castle Age here, this might be a nail in the coffin.
Well, he's gonna clean now some units with those archers. He should be careful because he's reaching Castle Age now. That's a good move here by TheMax. He's killing quite a lot, but still, TaToH is make a huge difference here. I don't know if he could make even a stable. I will go if I was TaToH the stable. Remember that now Japanese got the bloodline, so the Knights are perfectly fine. And with some skirmishes, you will take everything.
I'm just looking at this right now. I'm just wondering what TheMax's move is here. He looks like he's in front score-wise, but he must know he's behind in this one. TaToH hitting into TaToH now. We'll see if we get any kind of reaction from him as well. TaToH, crossbow.
Okay.
And does he decide to pull? And look at this. Army starts to move away as well. He knows he's in a little bit of trouble here. And, yeah, bails straight out of there.
Tried to kill the tower in the north, but he need to go back because the archers are there, the skirmisher. We will see what is he going to be able to do with the crossbows, but definitely he can make a lot of damage. I believe that the DemEyes need towers to defend, and he's not even mining stone.
All right, so towards the north of TaToH's base, I'm seeing a double barracks get dropped down, collecting more men-at-arms there as well. I'm not exactly sure what his plan is here, but basically he's got 2 barracks nearby. We've got 1 back at home, so he's really committing into the barracks play here.
Well, I don't know. I'm confused a little.
I agree. This has been a very, very interesting matchup in terms of the way this game's played out. TaToH is just so far ahead now in terms of not only resources, but research, tech behind that as well. The double barracks towards the front here is definitely the thing that starts to confuse me more than anything.
He's going full man at times. Now the Kratos is doing the tower. I think he's going to hold for a little bit. TheMax is now gathering some resources. He's still far from going up. Well, TaToH is coming with the crossbows. Botkin arrow. No, he didn't. He didn't deny it, but now he could take it. No, he's going back. A lot of army. 20 army for both. 7 villages ahead. He is still with more population. TaToH with the least skirmishes. I don't know. I really don't know why he did those. But still. That's crazy, man.
Again, really? these men-at-arms are just kind of pushing in around the town center. Good news is no farms up, so it means they can kind of get through there relatively safely, get on top of the lumber camp there if they want to. But still, the numbers aren't there. He's got the archer numbers, but they're just lacking the upgrades to go into direct fight with TheMax.
Well, the least skirmishes will be fine, but I insist. Imagine now if he put couple of stables. TaToH could kill everything with the skirmishes and some siege. I don't know. He's playing so defensive, in my opinion. TaToH
I agree. This has been very passive for TaToH. Very passive.
Okay, he has 5 villages here on the stone. He has the tower. Oh, no defense for that. It's a skirmishes. It's not like crossbows, but still. With the +2, might do the damage. He need to move. Yeah, he's going to take 1 villager, probably more. Now he's coming with a lot of army. He's doing now the tower, but those towers were needed in the goal. Okay, he's going to be okay.
Look at this sandwich. We've got the crossbows, the men-at-arms coming in. This could be bad.
He lost 1. Okay, he's going to be okay. Still coming, but the resources, he's not even clicking up yet. Wow.
This is what I'm worried about. TaToH's going to be able to absolutely start snowball affecting this. With the stronger units, if he starts getting down more units as well behind this, even if he decides to go up to an extra town center for whatever reason, he can start just getting a snowball effect going, and then that's where TheMax runs into a lot of trouble.
Incredibly close in terms of population. Thought that the transition to Castle was going to make more impact, and not at all. Not yet, at least. TaToH didn't add also any extra town center, and now he's clicking up to Castle is TheMax.
So TheMax looks like he's been having some massive struggles here, just in terms of his layout of his base. If you actually check the top of the map, you can see where he's got his mills down. He's actually starting to collect food from there. Should have the food to click up. There we go, any second. He's already done, which is good to see.
He's on the way to Castle. He has moved pretty fine. I'm trying to find the goal. Is he mining 80 gold, TheMax? Oh, TaToH gold. But only 3 villages. He will need definitely much more. TheMax has almost no resources. I'm trying to see
good play with the archers here in the middle of TaToH's base, though. Managed to get a villager there on the way through. Sacrificing a lot of army under the town center, though.
Yeah, well, look at the military number for TheMax.
This has just been a rough game for. This has been a rough game from TheMax ever since TaToH kind of got that villager snipe early on. It's put him in a bad situation to deal with all of this. The tower that came down earlier on managed to take away all those shorefish. That means he's had trouble in terms of all of the food income. Managed to push to the top there as well, but this has just been absolutely rough.
Okay, now he's TheMax who is doing a skill bar and armor. I don't find yet the stable. Did he make the stable? I'm missing the stable. Okay, he's doing here. Just look on the left.
So the
3 stables. I mean, 3 stables. When you have 100 gold, how many nights you're gonna be able to do it? Don't have the resources. I don't know if he should sell a stone or something, but he's gonna try to raid. And actually, with a lot of knights, he can make a lot of damage.
Absolutely, he's transitioning a lot of villagers to gold in the back of his base here at the moment, trying to keep as much of this secret as possible, putting the stables down well out of view of TaToH, making sure he gets in the back there onto the gold, puts down a defensive tower as well, doesn't want to lose out on that one. And we've got a couple of men-at-arms in the base again. Looks like they're just going to get on top of that gold.
Oh, but he's gonna take some village. What's happening here? Now, population difference is huge. TaToH 75, 44. A lot of farming, but this is skirmishes and some crossbows. And he's trying to pick up more and more village. 1 village down, 2 villages down. Gonna be 3. It's crazy that they are that close in terms of economy. Of course, he now picked 1 in the north as well. And where's the knight? How many knights he's doing?
So he's got 2 stables up and running. 3rd one still to join the fight. So let's have a look exactly here. How's he going in terms of resources?
Look at the main goal. The main goal with a lot of crossbows, and he's okay. He noticed, but still, you need a couple of towers. Otherwise, look, he's gonna pick 1 village down, 2 villages down. Ay, ay, ay. There you go. And if he's moving to the north, no, he will stay there. Deny the gold. This is what he needs.
Well, that's it. He can just camp out there, deny the gold for as long as possible, which is going to, at the end of the day, it's going to stop the production of knights from these stables. We do have the town center coming up. The knights are there now, however. They will be able to take out a couple of villages. Siege Workshop coming down from the max as well, so we'll try and get aggressive here.
Well, he's trying, but if you check the resources, poof, you think, with what? He cannot make a mangonel. It's true that he's picking up some villages with +1 those knights, okay. Still there denying the goal. Why he's not taking that goal? Look at this goal at the back. You see? He could take that goal for free. Like, there's nothing there. Move there. And now another knight. The problem with this map, Turk, is that if you get a little bit confident here, overconfident, you can get raided all over again. And then the game can change.
Absolutely. I'm looking at this. We've got some just units in general on the shorefish there for TaToH that are getting taken down slowly but surely. And at the same time, though, I'm kind of wandering around the map, looking exactly where the Max's eco is, and it's getting pretty dry for him, in all honesty, down towards the back of his base, where he's got his lumber, starting to run out of units there to just do any kind of mining whatsoever.
Oh, the mangonel in time! Oh, he took 1 village, he didn't take more. But 2 villages difference. After all this, 2 villages different. Of course, the army, the military, and also the towers is there. Some map control, a lot better resources. But now he doesn't have a lot of army to stop the knights and the siege.
That's exactly it. Like, look at the pop counts there. It makes such a difference. And I can even hear some monks out as well. So trying to get those converts on the knights going to work out extremely well for him.
Let's see. I'm checking. There's no farms, which is crazy. Oh, the mangonel! The mangonel trying to kill now. Oh, but one knight coming.
Yeah, 1 converted knight.
Yeah, that's, you can see how deadly can be for.
And just look at the
Max.
gold resource at the moment for the Max there. He's got 3 stables, can't even produce a single knight at the moment because he's being denied that entire gold. Good news is for the Max, however, the knights are in play, so they are starting to take out those crossbows around the gold mine there, so we'll finally be able to get some gold income.
Yeah, he cleaned there, but now look at those skirmishes. Taking more and more villages. The multitasking is not happening. Now, 2 villages down, 3 villages down, 4 villages down, and the last one will be down too. He didn't notice, and that's...
Wow. Just look at the resources that TaToH's got in the bank here as well. He's got over 1,000 food. He's got over 1,000 wood. Gold and stone are really the only thing he's lacking. At the same time, he has such easy access to them in the back of his base. All he needs to do is make a transition here and pretty much just transition into victory, really.
Yeah, well, he could sell some resources even and go to Imp, but if you don't want to go to Imp, just make more and more army. He got a lot of economy, no stone to add more TCs, though he doesn't have a lot of gold because he's raiding all the time the gold miners, but TheMax doing another TC now in the surface and he's calling the GG. Wow. Well, he took the GG in the early game, right?
Well, from the beginning there, it was really hard for the Max to get any kind of foothold. TaToH moved in quickly, did some damage, and the thing is, losing a villager like that so quickly, it can really throw you off your game and sway your confidence there, which, looking at what happened there for the Max, he just got pushed off all his puddles. He had no access to any food until he got up to the north of the map there, meaning that the castle age timing we saw from TaToH was just so much stronger.
And remember, he had to check, and we were checking the achievements, he has to delete the barrack, delete absolutely everything in the start, so he cost him another lumber camp, the mill, everything. He has to move completely, and in the achievement we're going to see that the difference in the economy was just so big.
Look at
here.
that, 1,000 more food in the bank, so everything so easy. Even then, gold pretty even, but at the same time, the food just makes such a difference in the early game. Being able to pull yourself up to the castle age that quickly is just hard work.
Yeah, because remember, 1,000 food in what? In like 25 minutes, a 30-minute game, when you don't have a single farm, how much food is that? A lot,
exactly.
A lot of map control there.
And that makes such a difference. But we will be going into a game number 4 soon. 2-1 currently for Secrets TaToH. Of course, this is a best of 5 series, so it could potentially be the last map, depending on the Max and his fight.
Well, he plays so solid in these Caribbean, guys. You have seen that in Caribbean. Well, we all know that in the water maps he's fantastic, but in this one, he took that advantage. That 1 minute faster was the game.
Absolutely. It just makes the transition so much easier. You can get that tech behind it. You can start raiding. It makes your micromanaging so much easier behind that as well. And every advantage you get there just pushes you so much further ahead. And I guess the thing behind this as well, Regicide Fortress coming up. Who do you rate? We've got TheMax and TaToH coming up.
We're going to see Mayans and Gods, or we're going to see some mind games now, guys. What do you think, Mayans and Gods, or now TheMax will have to?
I feel like the last tournament game I saw where we decided it was going to be Mayans and Goths, the person that picked Mayans did a double bluff and ended up Goths versus Vikings, from memory. So we'll see if we see some tricky play there from TaToH, if we see some tricky play there from TheMax. Who knows exactly how it's going to end up, but at the same time, who knows?
Okay, let's see what we're going to see.
Anyway, guys, we have game number 4 coming up, Regicide Fortress, very, very soon. And we're going to take just 1 second and we'll be back. TaToH is jumping back onto his computer. So we'll be in for game number 4 of Regicide Fortress. The remaining civilizations being the Malay and the Goths. And then we have the Mines and the Britons for the Max. So the question is, yeah, will we see a... Well, that's the thing, right? Goths, no matter what you pick, you're up against Mines or you're up against Britons.
Well, maybe with Britons you have champions.
Very true, very, very true.
But, and they got better upgrades than the Goths. They got the +4, so Britons can be a surprise there. And then what will be left, Mayans for Arena is great.
Absolutely.
Maybe
and we will be back
games.
in just 1 second, guys, as we prep the next game. We are going into game number 4.
When I first picked up Prismata, I was playing a lot.
325 hours. Yeah, and that was in 45 days.
Pretty much everyone I know from a competitive gaming background immediately fell in love with the game.
You're gonna love it.
Welcome back to the best of 5 between Suomi's TheMax and Secret TaToH. TaToH currently leading at 2-1. Best of 5 series, meaning if TaToH does win the next map, Regicide Fortress, could be game over for TheMax.
Hopefully it's not game over, Mr. Turk. The civilization we always told that how important they are, but I honestly think that in these matchups, in Regicide Fortress and Arena, probably even more important. Beautiful transition we have, and we're gonna jump into the game number 4, Regicide Fortress, in a sec. We're going to get there very soon. Civilizations, we're going to see another surprise.
I really hope so. Like we said, TaToH still did have Goths remaining, so it does put him in a good situation here. Pretty much versus no matter what he comes up with. But like you were mentioning, champs are an option, of course. So we'll see exactly how this one does decide to play out. In TaToH, we have not been able to get a read on him all tournament.
This is look a little bit like Definitive Edition, because this is looking so beautiful, huh? Look at this Regicide Fortress Definitive Edition, right? Those graphics and everything.
It is a very stunning, I'll say that.
People is getting hype. Remember that it will be a soul match in Definitive Edition 2, and we are looking forward for that too, right?
Oh, I think we all have to be at this stage. It's looking fantastic. We've seen beta, it's open. So basically anyone as well that is looking for beta access, you can actually sign up as an insider through the Age of Empires forums. Jump on through that. If you get a beta key, you'll be able to get into the multiplayer closed beta testing.
Well, we can also chat a little bit since they are not starting yet. Well, it's about to start. We can also chat with the people in the chat. Come on, guys. How's the experience right now? People in the chat, we check the chat as well. So we can keep going. Spam the chat as much as possible.
Absolutely, guys. You are just as much as fun at this as we are having casting here. So it's good to see everyone here. We've got the live audience. We've got the chat audience. We've got the casting booth. We've got absolutely everyone here today. And the vibe in here is absolutely fantastic. And this is only the first set of games for the day. We have another lot of series coming up, I believe.
We don't know how many we have. We are lost already because this is a lot.
That's it. We got 1v1s. We got 2v2s.
Yeah.
We got everyone bringing that A game.
It's going to be great. I think in the next series, it's going to be Nili and DemEyesRed who are going to cast. I don't know if I'm spoiling something, but if I did, it's already done. But guys,
all right, ladies and gentlemen, we are into a Regicide Fortress. Let's have a look, but
no surprise. What we have, what they say there, I didn't see, but we got the Gods and the Mayans.
I guess this was to be expected from TaToH. Come on, how much can you hide from this one?
Well, we wanted that there was some difference, but now with the Gods and Mayans, advantage for TaToH, right?
All right, let's have a looky here. So in the blue towards the north of the map, we do have TaToH playing as the Goths. His opponent, of course, going to be TheMax, looking to cling this one back from a defeat. We do have him in the red as, of course, the Mayans.
Yeah, the Mayan for TheMax. This civilization is great, but against the Gods, huge skulls, special bonus against range units is going to be very difficult. I honestly also think that huge skulls, and with the spamming, you can take down the Eagles. Anyway, we're going to check this map. Guys, if you don't know, Regicide Fortress, we start already with 5 farmers, start with double the population. You can see how the population is already 16, 17, and we are in 2 minutes right now. We can expect here pretty fast transition to Castellets, right, Mr. Turk?
Absolutely. I'm checking the relics right now as well. Looks like TheMax has one outside his base. There's one kind of neutral relic between both players. However, TaToH does have 3 scattered right around the edges of his base. So as far as it goes, if this does go into late game like we see with so many Fortress Regicide games, this could be a good advantage for him.
Could be, but I'm looking forward what TaToH is going to try. I have seen this matchup, and it's possible to go for Anarchy in Castellets and try to make a push from there. And it's very complicated to beat the Gods with the Mayans, really. I know we can make so much guess, but, well, we will see. We will see with the game. Right now, we can focus in the build order, and there with TheMax, 2 villages on wood, everything else on foot, already mining the goal. And remember that they start Turk with 150 stone.
Absolutely. So it should be a good matchup here from both players. We're really hoping TheMax has something special to bring to the table here because, of course, the Goths versus Mayans setup here, not exactly going to be the easiest win in the world, but at the same time, if anyone can do it at the moment, TheMax has been proving his 1v1 prowess this entire tournament series of the last year.
Yeah, TheMax was more like a team game player, but look where he is right now. He's being the one playing the 1v1 from... Look at that pop for TheMax. Look at that mod he's using. Do you think those are trees? Come on, look at the trees he got there.
Again, for those joining us just now, we are seeing TheMax's point of view. He does use a cube mod for all the resources. So what you can see there is exactly what he sees on his screen.
Yeah, they say that is amazing one, and when you do it, you don't go back. We're talking, of course, in the competitive scene, right? Because they seems that they know exactly how many trees they have, and well, they feel confident. They all play like this for a long time ago. Him and Rubenstock.
All right, looks like we've got the Max putting up some extra Palisades walls as well. Wants to get himself some extra boom room for later on in the game, so getting that down nice and quickly. King's, of course, scouting out a lot of the map now as well, so we should see good vision from both players by now as well.
I'm showing that exactly right now. You can see how TaToH has explored a lot more. Transition, like we said, for Feudal Age is pretty quick. TaToH 7 minutes 13 seconds, TheMax 6 minutes 47. There is the same village, but remember that with the Mayans, you start with more. So, yeah, that's the advantage with the 30 seconds.
Absolutely. Having a look at the resource placement as well, we do have a nice stone in the back for the Max there. He's buried in kind of the same location. Does have his gold relatively close to the front there as well. Other gold's going to be just outside of his base there, so it doesn't make things too bad for him. TaToH looks like he's got a reasonably good gold there just towards the wood line. Stone is quite far forward, however. The problem being, if he is pushed off that gold, however that could happen, it pretty much denies access to every other gold on that side of the map as well.
Can be a problem. Just imagine that TaToH is coming really, really aggressive. What resources or what goal TheMax will take? Absolutely nothing. So if TaToH, and I'm going to go to his point of view right now, Fog of War, explore that, well, he has time to explore, and he's still there with the king. Oh, imagine that we see a king snipe. Will be crazy. Okay.
All right, we've got a barracks and a market coming up for the Max, so obvious fast castle build from him as well. Same thing is going to go from barracks and then into the blacksmith market for TaToH, of course, as well.
Yeah, it's a standard. We don't see anything different. We will be surprised if we go for a stable or anything different. And soon we will see how they're gonna mine a stone. Most of the times they don't put up a mining camp. They will just send 2 villages, and then from there we'll take the stone. Let's see. Horse collar, double bit axe, and can transition to castle. We say it quick. 10 minutes, 18 seconds. We are not gonna see action for now. Probably TheMax will make some plume arches in case that he can raid TaToH, but honestly, with the map TaToH got, not potential raiding from any spot, right?
Exactly. All the resources are in a really good location here. Nothing's right on the edge of the wall, so it does make it very hard for the Max to get in there. The question is here, is the Max, again, going to do something like TaToH's done? He got into a position where he was down a game, kind of pulled out something special, did something a little bit different, or do you think the Max is just going to go into his little bubble and go, look, we need to play entirely standard here, try and pull this one back to at least a 2-2?
I honestly think that being a standard with the Mayans is going to be really difficult. And if you do,
I agree.
You probably should go for university and try to wall. You don't want to get early aggression from the gods. The only way is to go like super late, and maybe with the scorpions and stuff like that, he can counter the gods. Otherwise, I really don't see it.
So really drag this into a long game, put up as much of a fight as you can without spending resources. So really kind of just try and pull this into the late game as easy as possible with as less commitment as you can.
Yeah, because how you kill the gods in early game is also impossible. So if you have the castle up already and you see that he's coming, you can just make few huge skulls and that's it. Let's see. It will be amazing if we can see a feed game, but with this matchup, my prediction is that it's going to be complicated.
Absolutely. And there we go. The Max is up to Castle Age. Let's see exactly what he goes for. First thing he does is drop down a monastery. And it looks like we've got villagers scouting the outer sides here as well. So we're going to put down a house just to reinforce this wall that TaToH is kind of beating on here.
Well, that's the advantage that you should get here with the Mayans. You're going to go some plume arches, and he's trying to get the relics early. But you can also make huge skulls. I don't think so TaToH will make it. And probably he doesn't need the relics as TheMax need, because the gods is super cheap.
Absolutely. Extra town center coming down there for the Max as well on top of the gold. So can he give himself a little bit of extra defense there as well. TaToH immediately going up into 2 town centers.
Yeah, he's doing that town center forward. Where to do it, right? Well, otherwise, that gold is going to be completely exposed. 2 extra TCs right away. The Max is mining in the stone. Yeah, he's mining with 1 villager, but still don't have the resources. Anyway, he did the monastery, and now he did some plume archer, so he is not going to have the resources to add the extra TC. And now we have to wait a little bit. Let's go with the Fog of War. Whoa! TaToH has explored absolutely everything already. Almost everything. He knows exactly where all the relics are. Well, the Max, well, it's basically the same. You know that here is what you have to do for now. With the plume arches, with the eagle, in the early game with the king. And now, some mini boom with 3 town centers TaToH, 2 for the Max. Maybe 2 TCs to try to go as fast as possible Imperial, but still, fast Imperial here with the Mayans can be countered even with Castle Age units.
Absolutely, and what I'm looking at here is the fact he put that monastery down so early. He's really looking to get the relics, and that kind of indicates at the same point he is thinking about where his gold income is going to come late in game. So he's going to drag this one out as much as possible, rely on the relic gold there, and then try and just lock TaToH down as much as possible, starving of resources, and then bring out those plumed archers and begin to whittle through.
He's sending a villager forward. He's doing the loom. DemEyes is going to go aggressive. DemEyes is going to go for siege, I believe. But if he's doing that, really, if the other is going for huge kills, this is not normal. You don't make the loom that early in Risa Fortress and you don't send a villager. So definitely, he's going to go forward and going to go for the aggression. But he needs monks, he's doing the sanity, and he's going to go all in. He knows that he cannot wait for the gods to grow.
Exactly. Once those gods are boomed up, it is nearly impossible to stem the flow that's going to come from them. So getting in nice and aggressive now, not pulling it to the late game too far, because that's the thing. Once he hits that late game, he's either got to win it before it hits late or late game.
Well, TaToH is doing the loom, so he probably smell that he want to take his blood, right? And he's going to find now the scout is coming. He found it already, and he will start right away to make huge calls, or he's going to make just a siege wars up as well. Remember, guys, that there is no redemption. Oh, one monk down. This is exactly what you can't lose the monks, man.
And there we go, one free monk already.
Even more when you got plume archers to defend. You need to be there all the time.
And like you were saying, Memb, straight away the Huskell production has begun. He's scouted that there's going to be some aggression coming in, goes directly with a unit like the Huskell that's going to counter this so quickly. All he needs is a defensive siege workshop, and he can pull this into the late game if he wants to.
Yeah, remember these guys, even if they are going full aggressive, they still manage the economy usually great. The multitasking is real, so probably he will try to maybe delay TaToH with the boom and try to make some damage and go up to Imperial faster. Is DemEyes mining a lot of stone? Because the only possibility, in my opinion, is to drop a castle forward.
Look, I'm looking at it. At the same time, he's only got 120 stone in the bank there. He's starting to put down a mining camp on top of the stone now, so he's going to make this an option for himself later on in the game here. Mangonel is out, but at the same time, I'm just looking for somewhere where he's going to be able to really kind of break in, do some damage that's not going to be covered by a town center.
Look, he's going now from behind if he finds that spot, but he can see the stragglers, so he could go with the plume archers and make damage in that.
There is actually
the
an
goal
overchop.
is there. Yeah, it's overchop, but also the goal is there, so he's gonna deny it a lot. And where's another goal for TaToH? This is important. This is really, really important. The goal for one, if he's put the pressure there, TheMax, you need to go there, man. Why you are not moving there? You got the Botkin arrow, plume archers. We want a fight game now. I'm gonna be a little bit BAs. Pride, yeah. I want TheMax because 5 games, man. 5 games is the way to go. But he's not going. This is a really good spot. Let's see now the huge skulls. Of course, with some monks and good micro, he can counter. He got already 1 huge skull. Barak, he's gonna make the anarchy. A lot of farming from DemEyes, Mr.
So this is what I was mentioning early in game. If TaToH gets pushed off his main gold here, his real only option is to go towards the east. Oh man, that's just good.
He convert everything right now. Population and head for DemEyes. He's gonna push or not. Now he's getting there. This is the dangerous position here for TaToH. If he deny the goal, even if you are with the huge shot and they are cheap, I don't know, man. But without the goal, don't lose the Mangonel again for nothing. And he's gonna lose it. There is not a monk. Let's see how much he's gonna be able to counter. You need to repair that Mangonel. He's going to repair or not. Repair the Mangonel. Repair the damn Mangonel. Stop that. You can go.
I'm just waiting to watch this right now. Mangonel does survive. At the same time, I would like to point out the fact that Max actually did not know that TaToH's main gold was on this side here. Now he knows with his Mangonels, he knows exactly how to restrict all access that TaToH has to any gold on the map here. So it's going to make it extremely hard for TaToH to push this back without gold.
But he's doing the anarchy, and I insist, he's gonna use probably heavily the market. For now, he's still getting the goal. He need really to deny that one, because TaToH can spam now huge kills forever. Really. Forever. He's doing what?
We've got the outpost coming up behind the wood line here as well, so it will give DemEyes a good amount of line of sight, so he can see exactly what's going on here. And in Mangonels try and creep forward, he can deal with them very effectively.
I think he needs to push more. I don't know, maybe a tower. He needs a tower. Probably, oh, I smell, you know what I smell? A castle there. Imagine a castle in that position. 400 stone for DemEyes, sending village. The problem is we'll be able to do it because now TaToH is spamming a lot of huge hits. You need definitely more monks with a good micro. Can can be the game here.
All
Look
right.
at the amount of Huskers coming. Let's go, Mr. Turk.
Here we go. I agree entirely. If a castle comes up in this situation here, it looks like we could go straight to game number 4. We've got the conversions going down, the Huskals on one side. However, Mangonel is down. We are seeing a Monk go down as well. Monk goes for the convert. The Huskals are just so quick. One convert on top of the Huskal. Obviously, the Monk here going to be the key benefactor, and loses another Mangonel, loses another Monk.
But he's converting, he's still fine.
The Monk's dead though.
30 military, yes, but he's saving. There's another 2 Monk. More Huskers incoming. I want to see the villagers coming. Send the villagers! And make a castle there.
That's it. This has been a great defense from TaToH. Very low amount of units. But again, Anarchy has been researched. Forging coming down on top of these Huskals as well. It is going to be hard for TheMax. Now, he had a great staging point there, but it looks like TaToH might be able to overwhelm it very quickly here. It's going to come down to how these conversions go with the Monks. And those Plumed Archers, of course, just going to get straight out of there.
But that's also why he needs a castle. The production for TheMax is much, much slower. Even if he is still with 30 army, 22. Look at the distance. The Plumed Archers are walking all over the map to arrive there, you know. So he's little by little he's pushing back. TaToH ahead already with 600 score. And look at that ratio kill that. Ay, ay, ay.
TaToH, though, interesting enough, has moved forward with his own Siege Workshop as well. Looks like he might lose a Mangonel here, actually, as well. The downhill bonus from Max just working absolute wonders here. But there's actually combat all over the ground right now. We're seeing they've got Huskals at the top fighting more Huskals that have been converted. We've got Huskals down towards the Max. They're getting fought there. This is going to be just an absolutely ridiculous map from here.
Yeah, but now it's a little bit of disaster here. Why? Because he forced the Max go defensive now.
Absolutely.
So
look at all the resource that were committed at the top here. Like you were saying, had a castle come down in that top location on the gold there, it could have been game over. We could have been straight into game 5, but look at this. TaToH's pushing it back now. He's starting to get himself his own staging ground. Barracks getting thrown up just outside of the Max's base, and we know what it's like.
No, don't open the gate. Don't open the gate. Now the spamming can be real. Okay, he went away.
Right.
He went away. He went away. He's doing what? Woo! He's doing a tower there. He's doing a tower. All right. He's doing a tower and transition to man attempts. Standard infantry with the Mayans. Really, this matchup is so damn complicated. The only chance it was to deny that goal in the north, in my opinion. But TaToH was spamming forever, and look at the amount of army now. TaToH, 45 population in terms of military, 32 for the Max.
And there's the gate.
TaToH point of view, you can see TaToH how he is catching up absolutely.
How do you begin to deal with these Huskals? They're in the economy. They can sit under the town center. They've got 6+1 armor on them already. We've got chainmail coming down on top of this as well. This is going to be some serious raiding.
Now, serious raiding.
Look at the Monks.
Raiding, man.
The Monks.
With no resources, the Monks are going to the hell. War tower for what? The towers are doing nothing against the Huska because it's basically the same that the Plumed Archers. Range. And the range do nothing there.
He's deleted off a little bit of wall here as well, so he's going to bring in his converted Huskals to help deal with this one as well. But this is a point. Is the damage done? Is it starting to make things a little bit too hard? Because look, across the map, there's just this constant stream of blue from TaToH just rallying units into his opponent's base.
Even if the population you see, Turk, that is pretty much the same, well, not anymore, 20 population ahead. Look at the village difference. 26 idols, a lot of idols, DC down, he's getting all the map. The only way to save this is to kill the king, but how he's gonna kill the king here? This is, sadly, because we wanted to enjoy with a fit game, is probably the game.
Plumed Archers doing their best, sitting near the town center to try and get as much damage in there. But look at the Huskals just running all the way to the town center. They're taking down the towers. They can stand up to so much Plumed Archer fire.
You don't need even siege. Do you notice? He's not even sending siege. He's just with the Huskals taking everything. And he's trying the best about it with all those Plumed Archers. Few Monks now trying to go back, hit them back. But all the Huskals are killing all. Well, you compare to, and okay, he did that. Some good gate here. Let's see if he's gonna be able to. No. He's gonna kill all. He's killing all. He's killing everything with the Huskals.
How do you even begin to deal with this? 2 of the Monks taken out. We've got 3 barracks literally right outside the Max's base now. All of those just streaming units into his base. There's no way he can actually go up against this kind of a flood here. They're created so quickly. His economy behind this is extremely perfect as well, meaning he can just continue to put this in. Like, look how low TaToH's resources are. He's got next to no food, next to no gold. There's nothing there in bulk apart from wood, and even then we're going to see more barracks come down very quickly.
Calling the GG. He was doing the ballistic. Imagine with the Plumed Archers couldn't take any of those Huskals. I don't know, man. Maybe he should go for a change. Like, it was really expected to go Mayans and Gods. Like, okay, let's try and go with the Britons. You surprise him, and you can go for the boom and go champions.
Absolutely.
Even if the long game, probably it wouldn't be a note. But
an extremely hard matchup there for the Max to overcome. He did well in the starting point there, like you were pointing out, but at the end of the day, he really needs to get a lot more aggressive, deny any of that kind of brutality that we really saw there from the Goths. The economy got rolling, and then the death ball just started streaming across the map.
I feel a little bit sad, Turk. Not because we finished this casting now, we are not gonna see the arena, but congratulations to TaToH. Arena, man, we are arena fans. TaToH took the 3-1, the first series, and we're going to continue now with another series that, honestly, I don't even remember which one is gonna be, man. But guys,
congratulations to TaToH taking down the best of 5 series versus the Max.
Let's check the achievements first.
Check the achievements? All right, I'll let you check the achievements then.
Well, let's go for the achievements, and we will see how big damage.
Look at that.
7 unit
that
kills.
kill to death ratio is absolute insanity.
And the economy, double the foot. Double the foot, man. Double the foot for TaToH there with what? 94 vs 79. I only think that if you go push with this civilization, he needed the cast. He needed to go full push. Otherwise, it was impossible. We saw it.
Absolutely. We saw exactly what happened there. He got pushed back from that minor push he had at the front there. As soon as that happened, Goth Eco started rolling, and then again, just stream after stream of units that could not be dealt with.
You saw how he cleaned the forward. He was going all in with 2 or 3 monasteries, and he pushed it back.
That's it. He lost the commitment there towards the end.
Everything.
What can you do there? Unless you're going to commit to a push like that, this is what happens. You half commit to it, lose all the resources you were kind of running with, and then at the same time, you just can't continue to push. So anyway, guys, that was our first best of 5 of the day. Many left to come today. We did, of course, have Secret TaToH win it at 3-1 versus the Max. We're going to throw it over to Zach at the sofa, and we'll catch up him in one just second for an interview.
Thank you, Memb. Thank you, Turk. And congratulations, of course, to TaToH for picking up the very first match and scoring a point for Team Secret. It is, of course, early days. There's many more games to come, many more matches, but Team Secret at the top of the leaderboard after the first match. Just to reiterate, each 1v1 is worth 1 point. 2v2s later today worth 2 points. 3v3s tomorrow worth 3 points. So the 1v1's perhaps not as valuable, but it is important nevertheless, as it could mean the difference between making it to the final or not. We do have our next match coming up very soon. The players will come off the stage and they'll swap over. And while we do that, we will fill some time. We will first of all talk about the hashtag Age of Empires. That is right. We're going to try our best to get this trending on Twitter. It's maybe a stretch, but if you tweet at us, hashtag Age of Empires, you'll have your tweets on the screen. We got some pictures up there as well. Bert from Forgotten Empires, Cision, posting a picture from the back of the crowd. You can see everyone sat there. Lovely stuff. And yeah, we'll bring that up. If you send us your pictures, we'll put them on the screen for you. But thank you to everyone as well for the subs coming in. Really appreciate that. And this is our time to show you we have got a subscriber goal for this event. At 500 subs, we'll be giving away a £50 Steam gift card. At 1,000 subs, we're going to be giving away a drone, 1,500, a pair of Beats headphones, and at 2,000 subs, the one you've all been waiting for, it's been 7 months in the making, Robo is going to shave his head. I'm waiting for that. Make it happen. Let's make it happen. I want to see Robo bald. It will make my year. And it's long overdue. I'm looking to see if I can see him. He's probably in the office somewhere. But we'll bring him out on stage, and we'll get that head nice and smooth. Also, while we're here, thank you. You can see behind me, Prismata. You might be wondering, what is Prismata? You may know what Prismata is already. Prismata are sponsoring the event, along with Microsoft, who provided the prize pool. Prismata helping to support us do what we do. And it all comes from the creators of Prismata being big AoE fans. So Prismata, it is basically a card game, but it has got elements of RTS in there as well. It's purely strategy based, and you've probably seen the trailer a couple of times already. We're going to bring up Interjection later on, and he's going to talk a bit more in detail about the game since he's played it. But it's something that we think you would like, and it's something that devs would also think you'll enjoy. You can check it out. The link is below the stream, and it's completely free to play as well. Next up on the agenda, Discord. You probably joined our Discord already, but if you haven't, the link is below the stream. We've got a live scoreboard where we're going to be keeping everything updated throughout the event. So if you have to step away, if you have to take a break, and you miss some of the action, you can keep up to date with the Discord scoreboard. And link to do that is below the stream. Our next match, Hira versus Valessa. You can see there on the screen. We've got lots more to come today. We're only just getting started here. And that'll be with commentary from Nili and DemEyesRed. We'll be back very soon with a post-game interview with TaToH. We'll be back after this short break.
Welcome back. We're here on the couches with TaToH. We've been lucky enough to have a chat with him over all the games and what's been going on. Memb here, of course, as well. So if you have any questions that we want answered, guys, let us know. It's what we're here for. But Memb, take us away.
Mr. TaToH, congratulations, man.
Thank you.
3-1 after losing the first game. Another comeback, like if nothing happened.
No, but the first game was super even. It looked for a moment that I was ahead, but he read better the map. He understood that all the goals were together, and he decides to go for it. I was controlling the wood, and he was controlling the goal, and at the end, the goal was more important.
You killed the question. I was about to ask what was the key. You said already the map control there, and the goal was definitive, right? What do you do there against those units?
Like the problem is that I was struggling a lot for goal, and I have a stone nader because he took my stone mine as well. And then I could not afford to push the castles because I don't have, like, the Mesa City don't have more arcanas neither, so that was the problem. So.
Absolutely. So in that first game, looking back at it as well, sadly you did get the loss there. Did that kind of affect you mentally going into the next series at all? I know you played so much that obviously it's a little bit easier to kind of get past, but did you find it all that you were like, oh, this might be a little bit tougher than I thought it would be?
Well, I knew that it was going to be super hard anyways, but after the first game I was feeling good anyways because TheMax was playing, he's a really good player, and the first game was more or less just to warm up as well, because we are not used to the computers yet. So as it was a long game, I was feeling good after the game.
Absolutely, and at the same time, you've said it was kind of the gold and the wood fight that was really going on there. So you managed to take control of most of the wood line, which meant, of course, you did have him on the back foot until you managed to take most of the gold mines. Looking back at it, what would you kind of do if you had the opportunity to look back at the match? Would it be just one of those things where you'd be like, look, I wouldn't commit as hard to the wood and I'd move more towards the golds? Or what would you kind of do to break that up a little bit and kind of pull the game more into your favor in that first one?
I think I will have push where he towered my base on the left side because there was one of my stones, and I didn't have any other stone. So the main problem is that I didn't have enough stone for a castle, so I could not push back his castles. So he got a lot of map control with castles.
So the castles made it really hard for you to push in against, and essentially you had no real way to bring those down.
Yeah, exactly. Like basically, like Rams is an option, but when he has eagles or champions, it makes it way harder.
Absolutely. So let's get away from the first game, because, look, we've heard enough there. It's where you had a loss, but you're the winner here at the end of the day. You took it down so well. So game number 2, obviously something a little bit different. We definitely weren't expecting to see what we did there. So was it one of those things where we just saw the classic, like, TaToH out-of-the-box strategy that you really kind of wanted to go for? Was this prepped in advance?
Yeah. Well, I don't think it's that much out of the box, but I feel like Vikings it struggles a lot on water.
Yep.
Even on these maps, and in Caribbean as well, like there is like resources, they are like together most of the
Yeah.
time. So you can control a lot with towers, and then like he had no other stone. So I was really, when I saw the stone, I was really confident that I was going to take the game.
Absolutely.
Actually, I was wondering in that one if was going to be TheMax who was going to land you, because I was thinking with fire galleys in the early game, what Vikings can do against, and also the transition that the Byzantines get with fast Imperial with lower resources.
Yeah, like as you said, like Vikings, they struggle a lot with if there is no water fight, they struggle because if you are having less resources, then the 2 fires is more enough to like push him, song him out of the fish, and he has to invest way more on the water to make it worthy for him than I do.
Okay. Well, I think we have covered that game already because it was pretty clear when you landed. You got the gold, you got the stone. Was pretty much over. Did you feel that it was over there?
No, I didn't feel like it was over, but I knew that I was on a really good spot because, as well, like you mentioned earlier, the fast Imperial for Byzantine is really strong against longboats. Because when he was massing longboats, I knew, okay, now is the time to go to Imperial and then make the fast fires, because longboats against fast fires, they will struggle until he reaches Imperial and research elite longboat.
Absolutely, and I think probably the big thing in that game that a lot of us caught as well, it was starting to get to a point where he was approaching that critical mass of galleys and things there. Managed to bring it around the canal. How long were you sitting there waiting with that demo ship? Just pop it out and just pretty much annihilate everything he had there?
Well, I had them there and waiting for the right moment. I just I didn't even bait him, but he knew that he was behind and he had to do some kind of damage and see what I was doing. And then I look, I was a bit lucky, but I read that.
Because that was phenomenal. The way you managed to clean up the entire water and pretty much within like a 10-second spree there. Demo popped out, killed about half the galleys, critically damaged the rest. Then you just had fire ships come in and mop it up. It was absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, thank you.
So
you got everything there. We can move then to the third game. Japanese versus Kells in that dry river, right? The Kells, we all know how strong it can be in early games. You were thinking to pull up that fast forward that early. It was a plan that you got and you execute perfect.
Yeah, I feel like Japanese, they have the early advantage there because you can, your meal will be better. Like you can have 2 meals, so they will be more efficient. And also I kill a villager, and I checked when I was on the way to field. I checked that he didn't have loom, so I knew that he was behind on the way to field, and I had that time where I could do a lot of damage.
So talking of the perfection of Game 3 then, when you first managed to move out with your scout, you actually managed to pick a villager. Does that just feel absolutely amazing when you're in a tournament level as Calum, you go, this is my moment, I can pick that one?
Well, there was there's a small hill where the legs are, so I was waiting for the villager to be there, and then I start to hit because they're taking way more damage. And I didn't know if I was going to pull off because he tried to go to ETC, but then I blocked him, and then he decided to try to hit with the villagers, and I think it was worth it.
Yeah, man, absolutely. To buy yourself an advantage like that straight up in the beginning, absolutely fantastic play. The blocking, the whole way you went about that was just absolutely phenomenal.
Well, we can move then, if you want, to the fourth game, because from there, when he has to make the barrack, another meal, and it's not like the Japanese 50%, Mayans and Gods. We were talking before we start the game. What is going to happen? It's going to be a mind game. We were expecting you to go Gods. Did you think for a moment, okay, maybe he's going to pick Britons, but even with Britons, that you can go champions, I think you got already an important advantage with those civilizations.
I think Mayans is favored there. I would prefer Mayans over Britons in that matchup as well. Because Britons, they have champs, but they will be slower into Castleites, and I can do the same strategy against them. Like push, Castleites push, they will struggle a lot as well.
Yeah, but how to push? I was thinking, talking with Turk, where he pushed, maybe he was almost getting the stone to make a castle there. He will take your goal, and then you got the other goal outside. That was probably the only choice he got to counter you back.
Yeah, but I think that will be too risky for him, because the villagers, they have to walk a lot, and I have already some Haskas around. If I find that, I could...
Then
probably.
what? You need to teach us TaToH what he can do.
It's a lot about map control, I think, and good position. Like he needs to reach Imperial, have save resources, and then on Imperial is when Mayas can win. In Castleites, I think they have no chance.
So you think he should maybe wall up a little bit, even if needed, going for the university and make fortified walls and try to go Scorpions with Eagles or Plume Archers?
I mean, you need to abuse that you have Plume, so you have the map control. So the early monks are the right choice.
But not forward. Not going forward like he did.
I mean, going forward is not too bad, like he did. But the problem is that at that moment I had already Anarchy, so I could spam Haskas forever. And that didn't slow me down a lot, because I didn't lose any single villager there.
So just looking back a little bit there, back to the Civ draft before we go into that. So we had Britons and Mayans there. When you got to that kind of game 4 and you still had Goss available, did you just kind of smile a little bit to yourself and you were like, I might have a little bit of an edge here?
Yeah, I thought that he was going to use Britons on Dry River, so then he will have Celts plus Mayans open.
True.
And that will be more mind games for me because I would like to have my Goths versus Celts, but as they were both range civilizations, I was more than.
So going back then a little bit, if you were the Max, you would have picked a different civilization on Dry River, just to give yourself some options in the draft for map 4 and 5?
Well, I guess he has practiced with Celts, and he feels that Celts they have more chance than Japanese. I think Celts is better matched up against Japanese than Britons on Dry River.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
He will have a struggle a bit more on Dry River, but he will have the chance to kind of mind game there on the last 2 maps.
Absolutely. And do you think that would have made much of a difference in the way you thought? Would you still have picked Goths in number 4, or do you have kind of an idea of what you wanted to do?
I would have kept with my plan. So I would have played Goths.
Would have just played the same anyway.
God is so dangerous there. Well, TaToH, congratulations. I think we're going to move on now to Viles versus Hira, if I'm not wrong.
Absolutely. TaToH, before you head off, you've got a lot of people cheering for you out there in the crowd. You've got a lot of people cheering out there in the Twitch chat. Do you have anything to say to everyone at home that's watching, everyone that's here, everyone that's excited to see you pull off a victory like that?
Thanks for watching, and hope you enjoy the event because it's going to be amazing.
Yeah,
fantastic. Thank you so much, TaToH.
Thank you, TaToH. Well, we are going to go now with Viles and Hira, with Nili and DemEyesRed. So, guys, stay tuned because we are going to enjoy a lot the rest of the day.